Almost did it right.
Oh, wait. What?
Okay,
Who or
that's
what?
not what I intended.
There,
That's what
that's
I
better.
intended on doing.
Hey, welcome, replay viewers. We
Okay,
are
we got.
here,
We
and we
turned
have
it off.
echo, echo,
I
echo.
turned off
Turn
the.
the
I turned
turn.
off the volume.
Okay. Turn
I
off the
turned it
volume.
off.
Turn off the volume. Turn off the volume.
I muted it. I'm good. Can you guys hear us? Is the question. Can you guys hear us? Did we do this right this time?
Hello, hello, hello. How did we do that? How did we do what?
Did we
The
fix
the,
it?
the countdown and the video. That's all part of HAPS.
Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello, hello.
hello.
Can you guys hear us? Did we do it right? Oh, we're good.
We're good.
We did it
We're
right
good.
this time.
Yay!
Martin, we did it right.
You can hear us.
We
Hello,
did it
everyone. Look
right.
at all our
Oh my God.
people jumping in,
Oh my,
jumping
now,
in
now
like
I need to turn the
gangbusters.
chair around.
Squeaky chair.
Squeak,
She's got the
squeak,
squeaky chair this
squeak.
time.
Oh my God. You gave me a squeaky chair.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so computer's over there.
Okay.
They're up there.
Yeah, there. So you
Everything's-
need a screen down here that we can actually read comments, or?
Well, I'm going to do that. Yes.
Ah, cool.
Yes. Perfect.
Here, Martin. Well, Chris, you're a little low. How's the mic gain on your mic has volume controls apparently.
Where? Does
Apparently
it?
those little buttons are volume.
These little buttons.
The two little buttons.
What?
Two little buttons.
Ah, that's what that is.
So, hey, this goes up to 11.
Oh my God, I was on like 6.
Oh, okay. Let's
Oh,
set us
no,
both
zero-
to
what?
both to 10. Or what do you got?
I'm
18?
still going.
Oh,
What do
wow.
you mean it only goes to 11? It
I was
goes.
joking that the whole term the
Oh,
same.
jeez. Keep it 20
20.
for a moment. What was it on?
Mine was on 9.
Yours was on 9. How's that, guys? Is that disgusting?
We're probably good.
Okay. No, Mike closer. Yeah, we didn't know.
I discovered that actually earlier today.
Picture is in. Nice, Shane.
Pictures in. Pictures up.
Picture's up.
Pictures up.
Sounds great. Yay! Well, way too. What? Oh, we got it way too loud. Oh. What did you? You said yours was at 9.
Mine was at 9.
Let's try 10.
10's good.
Let's try 10. Okay.
There we go.
Why is it we always spend the first little while of broadcast
Just fussing.
Now I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I do. Okay. Is that better?
Are we all good? Are we all good?
Are we good?
You know what?
Are we good? Are we good?
You know what's
Are we good?
disconcerting?
What?
I know I'm on the cast.
Yeah.
I know I'm up there,
Yeah.
but I can't see me
Well,
because all the comments are over top of my face.
If we have a monitor, you can turn the comments
Oh, that's
off.
true. And then we can view the comments here.
And you can see whether or not you're making faces at yourself. Glad you guys are on. I am here for the both of you. I will always have you
Hooray.
guys back. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much. Vince.
Vince.
Watching the mic is like scratching a classroom board. I know. But is the volume good? Because I'm gonna. HAPS is horrible for you. Oh, Shane, I know you've been struggling with it. I'm not sure why or how. But
So, yeah, why not turn the comments off there once you
Good
got
for
that
us.
set up? And then,
it works well for us. and
so
we
would
can
it
do
really
a lot
annoy
with it.
people if I just went... Until
you
I
done?
run out of breath, right?
This is where Martin blacks out. Way better than 7:38. Yes, native. Yes, Michelle. My apologies.
Oops.
Is this broadcast safe and appropriate for the public? I hope so.
So
Volume
far.
okay. So lightsabers, you say? Yes, Vincent. Lightsabers, we say.
Lightsaber.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
Yes, volume is good. Okay. Just no throwing up. No, got that out of my system yesterday. I'm a little
Yeah.
dehydrated today. It
Drink
was an
that.
interesting. Martin got sick, but he didn't heave ho.
Mhm.
So it's obviously something both of us ate.
Yeah. Well, thank God we weren't both down by the same amount, because
So go ahead and turn the comments off so you can
when
see your face.
one can't, when you both can't help each other.
Leader of the He-Man Club.
There we go. Hey, but I'm not
yeah,
there.
no,
but I'm not
everything's
there.
staying down. Chris Martin.
Oh, wait,
I
there
can't
I
be
am.
on the HAPS page. It freezes and lags. Can you see me on Facebook? I can catching you up on both there. That's fine.
Should
You
be able
should
to,
be able
yeah.
to. If it connected right, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That's a Facebook thing. I did do some research. That is a Facebook thing,
Mhm.
not a HAPS thing. The answer to that question is yes, Martin. Yes, Martin. Yes,
Yes,
Pinky.
Pinky.
Broadcast is a bit choppy. Keeps freezing up for me watching on my laptop. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I wonder if it's just certain types of device or age of device. Did you guys? We think we did. We
Mhm.
think we ate something very bad.
Very, very bad.
It was very, very naughty.
Well, we're still going through the leftovers of the turkey from Christmas, and we've been pulling bits of it out of the freezer to work with. So I think some of it might have just been a little bit too old.
Or it
so
could have been the squash soup.
could have been that squash soup, which has been sitting
I
in the
thought
fridge for a few days. Yeah.
they reissued our favorite squash soup. They reissued the labeling and stuff, so it hasn't been on the shelf for a long time. So when we saw it, we went, yeah! But it smelled different, and we thought maybe it's different spices or something you're using. But so it could have been either. It could have been just a bad batch of something.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to wait a while before we try open the other squash soup.
Mm-hmm.
And if it smells like that, I suggest we either find a different favorite brand or, yeah. 'Cause
Or
I don't know.
swear off squash soup. Or we
What?
or we learn to make our own.
What? Squash is like the healthiest thing
I
for
know.
us.
We learn to make our own.
Yes, lightsabers we say, and lightsabers we both can work on it, but most of the parts, two people aren't working on it, so we've got our little. We're going to make some more sugar vials, in order to have something on our online store when it's up and going. HAPS is doing us quite an advantage. We're happy. We've got 2 sponsors now.
Mm.
Yay!
Awesome. Yes.
Jeff being one of them, and our friend in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
Ron, who's been a fan of ours since, like 4 years ago.
At least a good 4 years ago. Yeah, on Periscope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're very, very happy. We're still waiting till we get to $40. Once we get to $40 a month, anything we build on air will be up for grabs, up for offer at a discount to the sponsors first.
Mhm.
This lightsaber, however, is a custom order that was ordered a few months ago, and we're finally getting into it now because we've stopped moving. Yay!
Finally.
So, yeah. Enjoyed the chips I sent you. Those chips were so tasty.
They're good, yeah.
Oh my God. Glad. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, feeling better is definitely, definitely, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And surprisingly, those chips survived the trip.
There was a little crummy at the bottom.
Little bit crummy,
at
but
the
yeah.
bottom. But yes, so that's what we're going to do with once we get to $40 a month, that's what we are going to do for our sponsors as a thank you for being sponsors, for being monthly sponsors, because you'll have already put in some money. We will be giving a discount to you, and you will get the first dibs on purchasing anything. And of course, if you say yes to purchasing it, because you want that particular item, it just means it won't go up in the store at all.
Mm.
We'll take some pictures so we can build, a similar thing for other people, or the same thing for other people.
Yeah.
But that is what we have decided to do for our sponsors.
Mhm.
And we are enjoying HAPS. I know a few of you are having some problems, but we have to keep in mind newer apps, older machines, different kinds of machines, Mac and PC, and et cetera, et cetera, et
And
cetera.
it's still a beta, so they're still working out some bugs.
Little this, little that. So we do have both cameras going, which I'm very happy. This is actually easier to set up than, the OBS, which is a challenge. And Martin's going to work on the lightsaber. We've made so many lightsabers, it doesn't really matter which one of us. I'm just in a polymer clay mood. I'm very fond of sculpting. I love sculpting. So I'm going to do my therapy since I was sick yesterday.
Sculpting therapy, yeah.
And I'm going to sculpt while Martin builds. Enjoy the broadcast. This will be an honor to see how a lightsaber is made.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Vince.
Welcome. What is a sugar vial? This is a sugar vial.
This
Thank
is
you
a
for
sugar
asking.
vial. It's-
This is a sugar vial. Okay, this is a sugar vial. I'm going to see if I can. There's a bit of a lag between the two. This is a sugar vial. This is a dragon one.
That's pretty good.
There is sugar inside them, and that's why we call them sugar vials. And because cork is on the extinction list, it's expensive to get cork, so we use little wood plugs, right? And it's sugar inside instead of sparkles. So you take off the little lid and you sprinkle it. These take about anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half. I really did where's the... Oh, she's not here anymore. Oh, yes, she is. There's the fairy. There's a few. A few of them have already gone out to people. These are going to be going up on the new store. But she took a little longer. This fairy in particular. And Martin can look over. Okay.
Yep,
This
good.
fairy in particular took a little longer. And no lagging on my Facebook end. Oh, good,
That's
Shane.
good. Mhm.
More chips to enjoy. Have makes wonderful products. Eat if you can eat bread. Their breakfast bread is wonderful. Can't, honey. It's it's that wheat thing. So these are sugar vials. We were making them up mostly for party stuff. When we used to do parties, when we used to do birthday parties, these would be made for like the birthday girl. And there's sugar inside, so you take off the little lid and then you sprinkle the sugar on wherever you want. Let's see, what else do I still? I have about 3 colors of dragon still left. I've got the wizard. I kind of like my wizard.
I like the wizard. I like his hat.
You like his
The
hat?
hat turned out really good.
Yeah. And then Martin did this one, because sometimes Martin and I sit down together. A few of his are already gone, but it's an octopus. An octopi.
And yes, it is an octopus. I made sure there were 8 tentacles. Or did I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did. So he made that one, which was fun. But yes, I've got more materials, and the polymer clay is getting old.
Oh.
So because it's getting old, it takes a lot more working in order to function, in order to work.
So at this point, best to try to use
So
it up.
I'm trying to use it
on
all
projects.
up. Yeah. So we're gonna make more sugar vials, and it's really kind of therapeutic working with the polymer clay for me. So I'm gonna do that today, and while Martin works on the lightsaber.
Mhm.
But yes, so those are sugar vials. If people are like, well, why did you use this is the first time I'll be selling them separately from a birthday thing, because if I were to put an actual value on them, say like I was going to charge even 15 an hour as the lowest,
Mhm.
and they make, they take an hour and a half to make. The really, really detailed ones can take to 2.5 hours. So, depending on the detail, we'd be looking at plus materials, we'd be looking at a $30 little vial.
Oh, easily, yeah.
So when I make the sugar vials, I either do it on custom order, which means I'm going to charge full price, or a discount for more of them, because then I can just go back to back. But when I make them, I tend to make them like this, where it's just like, I don't care if it takes me an hour or 2 or 3.
Mhm.
I just do it, and that way it's more therapeutic and less dollar value, and they'll sell for about $10 each.
We're being photobombed by a cat
What? Where?
over your shoulder. on
Over
the
my
couch.
shoulder. Oh, yeah, but it's cut off on the screen.
Oh, it is. Oh,
It is. They
damn.
can't see her
Mhm.
because we're side by side.
Right,
Aw.
we're
Can't see the
cropped
kitty.
off.
Yes.
Just- yeah.
So we're gonna try this photo. No, picture in picture. Now, I feel like a news I feel like a news reporter or a sports reporter.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the image, right, and we're
Right,
close
yeah.
together, and we keep looking over at the other. But here's the question, folks. and,
Well, I got to tell you, Bob, this was a great game, and
Yep.
the players really did well.
Did
And
you just call me Bob?
sorry, I was
You
talking
just-
to that
did
guy
you
up
just use
there.
my father's name? So here's the question: do you guys prefer this side by side? Okay, or do you prefer? I'm gonna go over to the computer now. Do you prefer? Da da da. I'm gonna make this number 1.
Just working on it.
Do you prefer this? We're small and the workspace is large, or the other way around, whichever.
Foop, foop. So that way we're still talking. You can still see what we're saying and talking about,
can
and
see the cat in miniature
the image of the table is much bigger, so you get a little bit more detail shot.
It's a little harder to read the sign behind us, but that's okay. Our banner will survive.
Easier to see the
You
workspace.
like the workspace more? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, then we will make sure the workspace is featured, and we will stay like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we did on the laser cutter the other day.
Mm-hmm. That HAPS logo. Yep.
Perhaps. All right, so Martin and I are going to start.
Mhm.
We have our spare older iPad that
Mhm.
doesn't do great on broadcasting, but does great on viewing. So we're going to keep this here so we can see your comments, much physically closer to us. And if anything is in the way, actually, let's move this back a bit so
Just
that
a
we
bit
can.
more tables.
Okay.
And don't push it off the end of the table.
No, that would be bad. It's
Move it
already
back, move it
survived
back.
a lot. I don't want it to have to survive more. So we'll keep talking, and I wish we had
Mhm.
music because it does make it better. It does make it more
Mhm.
interesting. But feel free to ask questions about either as we work. Martin and I can answer questions, not always necessarily on our own project, so as each one of us looks up, because Martin
Yeah.
tends to get a
Well,
little lost in his work
yeah.
sometimes.
Well, we'll try and keep an eye on the comments anyway, for sure, and see what we can do. So the saber that was ordered, we've got a custom order for the Anakin saber, Luke's first lightsaber that he gets off of Obi-Wan, or something basically based on that. So we're not going for full screen accuracy or anything. It's a bit of a budget lightsaber, so we can make it out of plastics as opposed to metals, and then we've got the electronics that are going to go into it, and we're going to try a new method on this lightsaber that we haven't done on any of the previous ones, and we're going to have a built-in charger
Actually,
in the saber.
well, you start that. I'm going to go grab one of the other sabers
Oh yes, absolutely.
so we can show them.
So we're gonna have a built-in charger in the saber. Most of like our sabers that we've done right now, we basically take the pommel off the end of the saber, pull out the little electronics battery holder, and pull the battery out to plug it into charge. Well, this one we're going to make it a little bit more self-contained. You'll still be able to get at the battery to change it in case it eventually does die, but it's not going to be necessary to open up the saver every time. You just take a little, micro USB charging cord like you would with your phone, with your Samsung phone, and plug it into the lightsaber and let it sit for a couple of hours to charge, or an hour.
These are our personal lightsabers. We built these on air, mostly on air, on Periscope. So that's mine. I'm a little obsessed with the blue when it comes to sabers and stuff, and I need.
Oh, hold on. Did I?
It should be
Nope.
there.
No,
Wait,
I don't have it. Oh,
well, go grab
the
it.
little prong thing
Oh,
should
that'll
work.
Yeah.
It won't break
Now
the
it's
switch.
kind of sharp. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we did is, because there's rechargeable batteries in here, we have a little on-off switch, because the type of batteries they are will bleed, basically. So you think your device is charged, and then you go to use it, and it's not. So there's a little secondary on-off switch. It's not.
Is it?
I guess
No.
because it's pointy. It's
Digging into the button first.
there it goes. Okay, we order the electronics. In this case, we ordered the electronics from the manufacturer in the States. There's no point in reinventing the wheel. And it's Saber Core that we ordered them from. They will sell you parts as well as their sabers that are made, but because we were custom making our own, we did, we just bought the board. In the case of this customer, she's spending a little less on her saber. We're using toy parts inside.
Mm-hmm.
The soundboard and everything is a toy soundboard, so it's going to be.
That's what we've got.
It's going to be
right here.
Now you can see it's kind of squarish. Get
Yeah,
right
look
in
at that.
there. There we go.
Right in there.
You can see it's kind of squarish. That's inside the toy lightsabers, but it keeps the cost down because that board costs us $30
Mm-hmm.
for a discounted lightsaber and it go
Yeah,
there we
look
go.
at it.
Discounted lightsaber at a toy store, which is this. It was hi Don. Boom boom. Whereas this is a $200 US board inside, so huge cost difference. So we always ask someone when they want us to make them a saber or whatever, what are they, what is their expense?
Mhm.
What is their
What's their
limits?
budget? Yeah.
Yeah, what's their budget? Her saber is going to cost her $500 for us to make it. Mine would cost you $1,000. Completely different finish on this one too. This is anodized, whereas this is painted, and that one's going to
Hers
be
will be
painted as
painted,
well.
yeah.
And it'll be painted. So there's your right. The blade right now is not in reach. Somehow our saber blades went back to the storage locker. I don't know why.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oops.
They did. So it's extremely. Trying to get close enough. So
Hey, you
the
still
mic
got the
goes.
sensitivity up pretty high on yours, don't
I
you?
do, but that's okay for demonstration purposes. That's my lightsaber sound. Here's my dog sound. Woof woof woof. Totally different film reference. Okay.
Oh,
So
boom, boom.
okay, when we made this one, we still had access to a shop, the shop that we were working in for. Oh, no, turn off. It's not turning off.
There.
It's not supposed to do that when you turn it off.
Needs a little coaxing.
Yeah, well, I think it's because it's a pointy end I'm using. But anyway, this one we had access to a lathe that had like a screw head on it. And before you guys think dirty, we're not that kind of broadcast. So it has screw head. We were able to create on the aluminum. We were able to create a screw-on, screw-off end cap. So when we got to Martin's, though, it's the same kind. It's the same board. It's green instead of blue. When we got to making Martin's, we didn't have access to the shop anymore. The productions were done and everything was over with. So his is I'm not going to completely take it off, but his is pressure fitted on. So we were thinking for hers of the fussing of a pin, kind of like a pin configuration with a little L shape and a spring, and then how do we work the battery around the spring, and so we were starting to design. I think we were over designing. We were going too far.
Going a little
We
overboard,
were just
yeah.
overboard. Because we also realized after a while is the way to change the batteries on these is you grab around the edge, the bottom edge of the speaker, and you pull it out, and there's your battery. But you have to put it back in the same way. If you accidentally push in the middle, people who know about these small speakers will tell you, you accidentally push in the middle, you could destroy the speaker. So we thought, that would be a horrible thing for a customer to do accidentally.
To break their speaker, yeah.
Us, then that's fine. We were stupid. We designed it. Them, not so much. And that's when we picked up the other day a USB, micro USB board, charging board. And that's what that is. So in the case of hers, we used to do this when we made the tricorders. When we worked for Paramount Home Video, and we were doing a lot of live performances and stuff. When we made the tricorders, we made them plug into the wall-to-wall. We made them basically a contained unit, but and we haven't done it since. So technology has come through in leaps and bounds.
It's come a long way.
Yeah. So it's easier now to do it. It's not as difficult as it was back then. It was a pain in the butt back then. So
That's true.
There we go. I'm going to quietly work on polymer clay. I'm going to keep looking up at the screen, and Martin will talk as he works.
Yes.
I want music. I want music. Just so you guys know, too, when it comes to polymer clay, unless you've got something to say, go for it.
Ahead.
I can
go
hold.
Ahead.
Okay. Just keep working. Cool.
Just keep working.
I'm working. Just keep working. Where's my pipe? There's my pipe.
Tired old days.
When it comes to polymer clay, there are different types of polymer clay. I use a Primo. Primo is a lot more durable and not as sensitive. Different kinds of, especially a lot of the no-name polymer clays or the regular Fimo, or there's different kinds of Sculpey as well. A lot of them will get brittle if you overbake them by accident. So I like the Primo because it's really hard to overbake it. You can, of course you can. There's nothing stopping you from overbaking your polymer clay, but it's a little harder to overbake, so there's a greater chance your stuff will work out.
Yeah.
And it's usually about $1 more a block, per block for Primo. I don't know what it's like in the States for the product, for Primo, but when it comes to costs, but that is my preferred product. So
Your choice of product.
Yes. So you can see, because this is old, it's all crumbly. And that's what happens as it gets old. So you have to work it more. And that adds to your time a little bit, but I'd rather use up product than if it's a design that someone decides they don't like and it doesn't get sold, I can always give it to a friend as a gift.
This is true. Yeah.
This is the kind of small thing that you can give to someone.
There's Ron.
Hi, Ron, and not have to spend a fortune shipping it or anything. So that's right. Kelly's Heroes was the film reference. Oh, okay.
On your broadcast yesterday.
Nice. So how is everyone doing? We're actually enjoying the Hapsad app. I know some of you have been having a hard time with viewing, and a few of you have been having a hard time broadcasting. Geez, with the light where it is, you can't see my face.
Yeah. Can we get a front light going somewhere? Or?
Do you want to? Yeah, sure.
Good. Actually, I wonder if I could
not too
lower
worried
that.
about it.
Yeah.
High five! Hey, Martin.
High five.
A high five award. So very
Thank you.
busy for the absence. Love you guys. It's fine, honey. It's fine. You can always get caught up, and you know where to find us. You can always get us through Facebook, and you can get us through Instagram, and you can get us through Twitter, on all of our and TikTok.
And TikTok, yeah.
All of our profiles are anything that has a messenger, basically.
Yeah.
All of our profiles are easy to find. It's Car Hunger, CARR.
HUNGER.
And as you see, our email address, well, you can't because it's really small, but our email address is carhunger, CARR,
HUNGER.
at carhunger, CARR,
HUNGER.
.com. So you can always find us, darling.
Always. Oh yeah, we got your email the other day too. Thanks for thanks for letting us know that.
Yeah.
Ron.
So I'm going to make another dragon because I want to.
Oh yeah.
Or should I make another fairy? Because this is that lightly sparkly where I mix the silver and the blue together to get a sparkly blue.
Oh, you social media have emailed you. Yeah.
Yes.
We got that.
Yeah.
So you checked it out, right?
What we are talking about, because we don't mind, I think very lowly of this person at the moment, but we are talking about Pat Voss, who who in many ways we feel is a bully, and technically bullied us the other day, actually the other week now.
Mhm.
But yeah, how he treated us was very unnecessary. He wanted an open discussion, and he wasn't going to have an open discussion because Martin and I did not fit his image of what a relationship is. So he was very nasty. He wasn't going to let us on because he actually said to Martin, because I left at some point, I had work to do, and I headed out and errands to run, and yeah, Martin said, "Let me get on. I'll tell you about our relationship and how it differs. You say you want to compare and be open about this." And he said, "No, because your wife will see it later on, so you're going to say whatever she wants you to say." And basically called him pussy whipped. So
I am not whipped.
not that way.
Not that way. But you won't see that here, folks. You know.
No, because we're not that kind of broadcast.
That's two.
That's two.
We're gonna try.
It was straight up. Yeah,
It's just,
he keeps going on about how he's a media man. My father was a political reporter. I was originally trained as a reporter when I was younger. No, his techniques are unacceptable, and that is bullying.
mm-hmm.
So I did block him. I guess I should have figured out if you can report on HAPS.
Oh yeah.
Is that my HAPS board on the back? LOL.
Exactly, Jeff.
Yes. It's not that kind of broadcast. That's right, Jeff.
Nope.
So we are encouraging people to go ahead and sponsor us, especially if you want a discount on anything we make on air.
By all
It
means.
also means you can special request if we've got the budget up front to be able to start on the project and make sure it's broadcasted in a reasonable amount of time. Then we'll start right away. If not, we'll ask you if you can hang on until we get some time. And don't worry if we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 sponsors in order to make that 40, and it's just a little bit each, then that's fine. We can always make another one if you're willing to wait. What you see on air isn't necessarily going to be the only chance for it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Gotta go.
Yes, that's
Oh,
super
well,
biased.
thank you for
Yeah, it
dropping
is.
by.
Yeah. Gotta go. What? Where? Love you guys. What? Oh, God, GT2. Oh, just what? These abbreviations sometimes make
know.
my brain go. "Wah."
WTH. WTF. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
WT.
What the?
What the? Yeah, just what the? Okay, where's the dull blade I used to?
The dull blade. Oh, is it probably still?
It's missing again.
It's missing it. I wonder if it is one in the knife drawer. If it ended up over there.
Our rewatch after. Okay, honey. No, that's cruel, Ron. ROTFFOL.
Rolling on
Down
the
the
floor.
So blocking Pat means he can't watch this broadcast. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, so I think that was probably the.
I'm
the blade you
sure
were looking
he'll
for.
probably at some point someone will say, they're talking bad about you. Someone who hasn't blocked him.
Is this the blade you were looking for?
Yes, it's the blade I'm looking for. And they'll be back in greater numbers?
I hope so, because we keep running out of them. You know how many X-Acto knife blades we go through?
Oh my God.
A lot.
A lot.
So one of the first things I'm doing here is I'm taking the little electronics board, and I've got the handy-dandy soldering station tucked off out of frame here, just because there's not enough room on this table for all of it. And I'm going to try hooking up the LED and the speaker to it, and just get it powered up and make sure that it's all working tickety-boo.
It is true. He's not going to be able to see this broadcast, but like I was saying, there is a good chance that that someone will say, "Hey," but you know what?
Yeah.
If he's a reporter, it shouldn't bother him, and if he wants to tear us apart, it's just going to send more people over here to check us out.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. You're like, oh, he's slagging these guys. What is he talking about?
So
We should check this out.
Yeah, if we wind up with more people, then
More power to us.
more power to us. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I am no longer. There was a time where I would get really upset and really spazzy, and that time is long gone. I have no. I don't suffer fools. You know, I don't suffer fools, period. Yeah, I just
Find a
don't.
little bit of extra wire here that I can connect a bunch of stuff up with.
Let me get this really, really
Aha,
thin.
that might work.
Now, the thing with polymer clay, especially the older stuff, when it gets really thin, it does get a little over delicate. So you got to be careful when you're working with it, because you mush it. You know, it's mushed.
Mm-hmm.
Psst! I happened to already block PV a few days ago on HTV due to some of his content. Bad enough, I reported it to the HT.
Oh, fantastic! So nothing to do with
Nothing to do with us.
With us,
or
wow. That's awesome.
yeah,
Actually, that's pretty epic.
You know, he goes on about how he was a reporter and was reporting for this, was reporting for that, and my brain's like, yeah, was. Okay. Are you happy
What?
with your little magnifiers now?
I am.
Do we actually need more light? Or are you okay there?
It is a bit dark here. But I know if we turn on a light here... Actually, I wondered if we turn the webcam light on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The webcam's got...
The webcam's got its own light. That might actually help light this area up a bit.
As long as it's not so bright they can't see. Because the camera's still got to be able to pick it up.
That's minimal light. Kind of, sort of, doesn't...
Well, look to the left.
To the
Look
left, to the
computer screen.
left.
It took a
Try-
moment to refocus, but
Yeah.
it seems to be okay.
Let's try cranking it up a little bit more.
Earthquake! Yeah, he's definitely a piece of work. And there was a time, too, when I first introduced myself to him, I was like, my father is a member of the media, and I was originally trained. And I told him this, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the journalism types on here and stuff like that. And he basically criticized my use of words, because I was talking about how my father always stayed neutral, especially being a political reporter. He went as far as to not vote because he felt that he wanted to stay so neutral. He didn't want to make any decisions as to who he prefers. My mother used to joke about voting twice for him. You know, it's still okay for us to see. Yeah, he just has to see the electronics. So usually we have like a little work light, but it seems to have gone missing. A lot of stuff went missing in this move. The moment we get the budget to replace all that, we're going to start replacing. There's some really important stuff that we're going to start replacing. Big time.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to get in here on the board and start this one wire, but...
And Ron, I know you're not here anymore, but I can't thank you enough for this camera.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
we
the
had to pay
camera's
for the
awesome.
shipping, but the camera itself, you know, came from Ron, and he put the money in for us to be able to buy it, and we're very, very happy.
Yep.
Plus, he's one of our sponsors, so I guess he's happy to see us again because he disappeared for a while.
He did, yeah.
He had some things in his life that he, you know, wanted to deal with and all that stuff.
Okay, so what I'm starting with right now is the speaker. Oh, I guess we didn't bring any tweezers here, did
You
we?
weren't the only one. Thank you, guys. Yeah, if you see anything on here that's so questionable that it's worth reporting, but yeah, he's. I don't see him as a reporter. I see him as a bully. You know, it just, yeah. I have some words in my brain that I won't use because then I'll get reported. So,
Yeah, we don't want to be that kind of person, right?
nope. No, we don't. No, we don't. But yeah, people don't let people step on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys are, in the past, we've had a lot of viewers who have been very hard on themselves, saying that they would love to have these skills and they don't, and they don't know why they're watching us. And I'm not sure whether it's a compliment or an insult. And you know, it's like, what? No, listen. Either you'll develop the skills, and we inspired you, and I feel good. You know, leave us a tip. Back then, it was of course the Super Hearts. And you know, if not, then you know, then save up some money, and we'll give you a quote. If you're willing to wait for something, we'll go cheaper because
Mhm.
then we can do it in between things. So yeah, don't ever be hard on yourself, and don't let anyone else be hard on yourself. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
No.
So if anyone would like to come in,
Oh yeah,
we're
we
happy to
can
have you.
we can invite people in to chat.
We have yet to do that with these, using these mics. So I'm assuming that I would turn on the audio for on the computer. I'm not sure how that would happen. I'm not sure how we would do that.
Oh.
Because last time we had to unplug the mic, but we only
Oh,
had
that's
the iPad
right.
going.
Yeah. So we should be able to invite it through the computer as a secondary.
thinking.
Yeah. Hello from Evansville. Hey, Brenda.
Brenda.
Civic stage manager. I love it.
Yeah, Brenda was on before because she was talking about printing props. Stage manager.
That's right, stage manager. Now, he finally got to me.
Suddenly, Martin wakes up.
Bing.
The little light goes on. Are you thinking?
The hamster wakes up at the wheel.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so, Brain, but this time you get to wear the rubber pants.
Thank you, Martin.
You're welcome. Anytime.
But yeah, I don't know how we would do this. Invite someone in because we've got basically both cameras. The audio on the computer is connected. I guess it shouldn't matter. Yeah, because we would. You're right. We'd be inviting them in via the computer.
Via the computer, yeah.
And it's not like the microphone picks up and then. But we.
That's
wouldn't
right.
hear-
Yeah.
We wouldn't hear.
Oh,
what they're
that's
saying.
right. Oh, we wouldn't.
We wouldn't hear what they're saying. Looks like a lot of people are joining Horton's podcast. But we wouldn't. That's a problem.
What the?
That's a problem that we wouldn't hear what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would this pick up that if we put it on low? Would our mics pick
Would our
up?
mics pick up them?
Pick up the audio.
In other words, you don't want them to. In other words, right? Yeah.
Like if that's far enough away and we keep it really quiet.
Should be okay. Yeah. Otherwise, we're trying to connect an earbud or something that. Yeah.
Eating supper. Thought I'd watch you guys. Nice. Thank you, Brenda. I blocked him and the guy he was hosting due to the content of their reporting and discussion. I think it went against the HAPS TOS too, hence reporting it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, nice. Don, I was just so determined to get rid of him. I didn't even. I unfortunately did not pay attention to who he was broadcasting with. But yeah, he was pretty aggressive too. I think they were just intimidated by Martin's and my relationship.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Quite frankly. I mean, we're special.
We're so special.
Now what I'm doing is I'm using a dull, we keep a dull blade for polymer so that we don't cut through the plastic on the bottom. I put these things on plastic because I used to scoop up, like I used to have a little scraper that I very carefully picked up the polymer clay with, but it would warp it and sometimes tear it. So with the little sheet of plastic, all I do is bend it back and I can get it off by hand and I don't have to worry about the issues of trying to scoop it up and it sticking to itself. Because remember, this stuff is designed to stick to itself.
Yep.
That's what it's designed to do.
Hello, West Palm Beach.
I used to use a
Welcome
wooden
aboard.
piece of dowel as a roller, but discovered that polymer clays stick to the wood. And it made it next to impossible, so now I use a piece of pipe.
A bit of copper pipe.
Copper pipe. So yeah, this one hasn't been put in the oven yet, but I enjoy doing this one. You gotta be very careful because until it's baked, it's very soft. But it's a little fighting fish.
Hehe.
With
I like your little fighting fish.
yeah, cool. Thank you, honey. Little rocks and little seaweed flowing in the flow that isn't there.
The flow that isn't
flow that
there.
isn't there. That's right. That's right. Thank you. You're welcome, Ella. I hear you. He's very defensive too. Yes. There's another new guy who is even worth what?
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, man. So now it begins.
What?
Oh,
All right. I guess it was just a matter of time, right?
Peter and Pablo, we are so sorry for you guys.
Chris, if you get a chance, you want to send me the name of that person and the second guy, Don, if you can remember who it was. I wouldn't mind blocking them right away because I just, I just don't want to deal with
Yeah,
it.
I think the more that kind of thing takes place, the blocking and reporting, the more message is going to start getting sent, right, to
To
broadcasters like that.
Yeah. So yeah, if I can get that information, guys, so I can check out the other people. What are we making? Martin right now is working on the beginnings of a lightsaber, and I spent all of yesterday being fairly ill, so I am now dehydrated from the experience. So I am deciding to, as a therapeutic move, because I got to use up this polymer clay before it gets too crunchy and starts not being cohesive at all. But I
That's
am
one way to look
making
at it.
a little sugar vial, much like this one, and so I'm going to do a little fairy. And these sugar vials we were making at one point for the birthday kid whenever we did a birthday party, but we stopped making birthday parties. So now I'm making them to sell on our new page when it's up. We want to have some product because Canada has an incentive for freelancers, artists, and small businesses to turn their websites into sales websites, and you get a couple months of free membership to a Shopify account, and you get a web designer who will work on the page for you. You just have to maintain it once it's up. So we decided to take advantage of that because our website went down with a virus.
Not the coronavirus, mind you, but
That's all I'm going to say about it. Discretion, composure, politeness, C and H. I am willing to talk with you in further detail in DM. I have the only guy, and I have the other guy's Haps ID too. Thank you, Don. Yes, no problem. Please tell CNM who this other bugger is, and hopefully they will pass that on to me. Yes. Yes. If we can start it early, Martin's right. If we can start this attitude early on in the game, then hopefully it will discourage people from being fools, and we can have a happier place here. Now, of course, we all have to keep in mind that it is an internet thing. We're going to get
true.
a percentage, but
you always will. That's half the joy of being in the public eye.
Yeah.
So for new people tuning in, what I'm doing with the Lightsaber right now is I've got the electronics package. It's looks like a bit of a jumble right now. I'm hooking up the speaker and the LED and stuff like that to be able to do a quick test to make sure that that it functions properly.
Nope, that's not what I
And
want.
then I'm going to actually pull out the tube, the components to start building the actual casing of the lightsaber.
Newport. Hello, hello, hello.
Newport News? Walla Walla, Washington? What?
Walla, walla, walla.
Newport Beach.
Walla, walla, walla.
Walla Walla.
It's nice to be back in Ontario.
So the U.S. has Walla Walla, Washington, and we have Wawa, Ontario.
Yeah, really. It's actually a really mild winter this year.
It is, yeah. It's quite surprising.
So in the case, because we're making this lightsaber sealed, it's not going to have the battery compartment that you take out. The best thing about it is we don't have to really do the same kind of... We don't have to figure out, we can hold off until we make our next lightsaber. We don't have to figure out that whole pin and spring.
To be able to easily open up for battery compartment, that sort of thing.
And we can pick up her batteries for her. She doesn't have to worry about replacing them. She doesn't have to worry about... And I guess what will happen is we're going to offer to her, we're going to say, listen, if you if you let the battery completely die, and you're willing to pay for the new batteries, we'll happily pay for the shipping back to her because it's not going to cost that much. But just to send it back to us, and we will...
We'll change out the battery.
Yeah, we will change out the battery. Yay! Bye-bye. What we making here? Okay. Did we get that one, or what are you doing? Oh, it's a different one.
Okay.
Hi, Bobby. We are working on what we like to refer to as little sugar vials. I guess if you saw my page, I was kind of sick yesterday. So I find it very therapeutic to play with polymer clay, and I want to use this stuff up before it's no longer usable, and put it online for sale. Put them online for a little clearance price or whatever. And Martin is starting to work on the lightsaber, which has been custom ordered. by someone else. Normally, when Martin and I would be working on 2 or 3 lightsabers, we would both be working on that. And there are some aspects of the lightsaber that you can split up and take turns working on. But, like I said, I was sick yesterday, and polymer clay I find very therapeutic.
I mean, once we get into the actual, we've got multiple components being put together, pieces that need to get painted, drilling, tapping, and that sort of thing, then we can split up the actual
It's been a warm week
tasks.
so far, too. Had some white rain, ice, some frost, and we've gotten into the mid-upper 30s. Nice.
Fahrenheit, that is, right?
Did you get that name? I think. Yeah, I just took a screen capture of it. So if you didn't, or if you want to repeat it, it's. But I took a screen capture, so it's easy to look at the name later on.
Yeah, that's good. That's just.
I do that a lot. I take a lot of screen captures, and then I go back, and then after I follow the reference or use it, then I just delete the picture, and it makes it a lot easier. So I thought I'd do like a spiky wing, right? Because that's what you'd see. But I'm not sure now. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it?
Oh, that is the tip of the wing, or
That's the
what is
top
that?
tip. But I thought I'd do
I see,
a very
yeah.
different shape. But I'm kind of on the
I think
fence.
if that's the bottom of the wing, that's maybe where it's looking a little. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna redo it.
Love this setup. Yeah, it's actually working out quite well for us.
Hi, Michelle. So we have yet to try to have someone on in this arrangement because we've got these lovely mics that I'm tapping, which I shouldn't tap. You should never tap your mics. But I'm tapping. But yeah, so we're not using the microphone. So we were wondering if someone called in and we put them really quiet on the computer screen, if we use the computer to invite them. Visuals and audio are excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are wireless mics. These actually were really cheap, but they cut off the iPad, which is this camera, and that webcam is showing the main workspace is plugged into the computer, and the computer is just off camera. On that side.
And I'm happy that the webcam, even though it's plugged into like a 10-foot USB extension, is still actually clear. We're not getting any kind of dropout or anything. God, telling the word. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
The other thing we'd like to do on HAPS, if we run out of material, basically, or have no material, we'd like to be on once a day, even if it's just for a short half-hour type thing. We have been talking over on Periscope about the Canadian Conspiracy video.
Oh, yeah.
Mockumentary. And my thought is we should do a picture-in-picture and play it.
And talk about it as it plays?
And laugh
like
with you guys.
MST3K, but with the Canadian Conspiracy. I like that.
Yeah, the Canadian Conspiracy was a mockumentary done in the late 80s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 86 or something like that?
Yeah. So
like literally just before you and I met.
How Canada is taking over the United States through the entertainment industry. And it's hilarious. I think it would take me a minute to be able to create art and have guests.
It takes a little bit of multi-focus, and sometimes, I mean, when we're on a broadcast and we're chatting with people and fielding questions and everything, it takes us 3 or 4 times longer to build something than it would if we're just focusing and pinpointing, working on it.
But the key thing for us right
Yeah,
now
definitely
is
need
to be able to. We want to get $40 a month worth of sponsors, and then anyone who's a sponsor. Once we reach that point, we'll offer the items that we're building on air. We'll offer them as a discount, and if they buy them right away, then they will not go up on the store at all. They won't make it to the store at all, but we'll do it at a discount price because they've been contributing per month. And we'll take pictures so we can put the pictures up on the store to say this can be custom made. But yeah, they'll get the actual item we put on air. No one is supposed to know, oh, blame Canada. Yeah, this
predates that. Way predates that.
Way. Oh, that would be fun. I think I've seen that mockumentary.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe and sponsor. Yes. So we want to make sure that our sponsors feel special. The discounts will be anywhere between 10 to 50, depending on how much time was spent. Basically, the goal will be to make sure that the materials are covered, and the time, because it's on air and we're getting tips while we're on air and awards while we're on air. Basically, the time will be given mostly for free. So that's the goal. So the percentage of cost of materials compared with how long it takes to make something, that will be the discount.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we want to do for our sponsors, because they'll be giving us a bit of. We want to get rid of Patreon. We want to let our Patreon go. We want to let it go so that we don't have all this. We find focusing in so many different directions is just too painful. Way too painful. My friend Josh says he sent you an email about your website. Yes, he did, but I spent we both were sick yesterday, but I actually reintroduced the porcelain god to my offering. I'm kind of dehydrated today, which is why I'm working on the polymer clay instead of working with Martin on the saber, because the thought of focusing that small, this is already small.
I'm getting spinny looking at trying to figure this out.
Polymer clay is very therapeutic for me. I love working with clays and plasticines, and I'm actually thinking of going back to do paper mache masks, because our Egyptian masks that we did years ago wound up being, they're still in one piece. They last long. The way we did them, they really last a long time. And I find paper mache also very therapeutic. So.
Mm-hmm. The purge. Yes, the purge.
Hello, LA. Hi, Mark.
Mark Goldman from Los Angeles.
Let's not put those emojis down. I actually have a hard time with throwing up, so when it happens, it's a very traumatic thing for me.
You know those occasional Family Guy episodes where Seth MacFarlane goes a little over the top with the vomiting scenes? Yeah, she's got to leave the room.
Eyes closed, hands on ears, crying in my...
Assume crash position.
Yep.
Paper mache.
I know, isn't it so much fun? Well, if you look at our pictures, look for the Egyptian pictures, the gods. Those are paper mache masks, and they're solid. The way I make them, they're really solid. So it's something.
The Groovy Award. Thank you, Mark Goldman.
We're groovy, Merton. Mark says we're groovy.
We're groovy.
We don't have a gesture for that.
Oh. Well, that's kind of what the hand sign is, right? Yeah, groovy.
High five.
All right.
Groovy.
So
we should get up and tap dance every time someone gives us a talent. Stop what we're doing and dance.
Hello from Branson. How are things in Branson?
Ooh,
Branson, Minnesota? No. Branson, Minnesota, isn't it? I don't know.
Michelle, do you want to come on? Yeah, it's. Well, when I was younger, I kept trying to avoid school, so I would force myself. I would stick my finger down my throat.
Okay. So I'm going to put the board aside for the moment because
associated with it, the process. I understand my body yesterday was trying to fix itself, but I wish it had chosen another way. I much prefer the other end.
I'm all about the hops. Yeah.
So one of the things I want to do, as well, is I want to try to figure out how to get at least some music, because these mics are pretty isolated, which is why I'm hoping someone's in the mood to come on. I'll invite you in, but I want to see if these mics pick up the speakers on the computer.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that's the only way we'll be able to do this, or turn it up on the iPad a tiny bit. But the question becomes a loop. Oh, now there's an idea.
Here's an idea. What?
It'll be a delay though, but
it will be a delay. But yeah, earbuds on the iPad.
Earbuds.
Yeah.
But then you and I have to stay really close together, honey.
Oh no! What if one of us has to leave camera to find something?
Well, the earbuds aren't going to reach anyway. Give me a second. Yay! Michelle's going to be our guinea pig.
All right. Awesome.
So, because I don't think the audio might, no, because then it would create a feedback loop.
You don't want to create a feedback loop.
Cast with the new update. Okay, I'm going to stop this for a moment and go and invite you, and you can just accept it when you're ready. So, yeah, I'm wondering if we can just it'll be a delay though, but I am so happy I talked Dawn onto this app.
Dawn, yeah, Dawn, you've been having a great time on this app, just enjoying it. So, kudos. Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to do a little bit of the actual structural components for the lightsaber. Mostly because somewhere there's a missing or a bad connection on that board, and I can't get it to work.
What happened?
So it's going to take a little bit of.
What
Where'd our camera?
What happened?
Where'd us go? Did you kill us?
But no,
I hope I don't break the broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle will be fine.
It's okay. It's perfect.
Oh, wait, there.
Oh, why is it not? Why it should be just fine.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
It should be. There it is again, but now it's the wrong way around. Okay, hold on. No, I want this as one. Like that, and she should come up just underneath us if I did this right.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Dawn. Yeah, Michelle, you didn't break the gun broadcast. Dawn's right, I did.
Yep. I mean,
You invited Dawn too.
yeah, no, it's
He is. He's an incredible man, and I felt that him working on his bagpiper, from his bagpiper Facebook page, he wasn't getting the attention he deserved. Because as much as Facebook has a lot of people in it. So here's the question. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. Can you guys hear an echo at all? Because if this is a good volume, then...
Because we can just hear the iPad,
Yeah.
but it might not. Our mics might not be able to pick it up.
Yeah.
And so much to us. We truly appreciate you guys.
Aw, thank you. So can you guys hear any kind of echo? Because we've got the iPad on really low. It means there will be a bit of delay. Whatever Michelle says, we're going to hear a bit after. But if this works, it'll be really, really nice to just do it this way.
There you go, Chris. Everyone follow Bagpiper Don.
Woohoo! Hello from Dumfries. Hello.
Melanie Fry.
So those of you who just joined in recently, what we're doing for our sponsors is when we make items on air, we will, anyone who sponsors us, once we reach $40 a month in total.
Blush, 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 blush.
Once we reach $40 a month in total, we are going to, no echo, okay. So if we can hear
That's good,
Michelle
okay.
really quietly, then we can do it this way. It means there's a bit of a delay, but let's see what happens when she's ready. But yeah, so we, $40 a month, and what we'll do is we'll offer you whatever
Happy
we're
New Year
making on air
award.
as a woo! We will give you a discount anywhere between 10 to 50%, depending on how much the time is worth. Basically, cover the cover the materials, and then of course you pay for shipping. But you guys will get first dibs if you're a sponsor.
Michelle is ready.
You will get first dibs. Okay,
Awesome.
so I sent off the invite. So go ahead and let's see if this does what I want it to do.
This will be good. So on the electronics, somewhere I've got to get in there a little bit closer, and it's going to be kind of a boring procedure for me to do that on air, to try and figure out there's a broken or missing connection, because I've got everything wired up, but it's not coming on. So I'm going to put that aside for now and start working on the actual, the physical lightsaber itself.
Did we get a little overzealous when we pulled apart its original?
Oh, probably. Well, I know that's been in a lightsaber before, in one of our lightsabers before, but because it's got all of our components still wired to it, but
does it?
there's connections that are missing.
I just remember taking it apart.
Oh, I know.
So
I remember the Hasbro saber. Actually, were they Hasbro sabers, or were they a cheaper knockoff kind
I
of?
think they were Hasbro's.
Were they
because
Hasbro's?
They were on sale for $30.
Oh, that's right. We got them on
But
on
it's
clearance,
as I
didn't
was
we?
saying earlier, like I mean the soundboard in this one is $200 US, and it's much more accurate than the one we're making this saber with. But the galvanizing on this one and the plus the materials, plus
The machining,
the board,
yeah.
plus the machining, you're looking at $1,000 saber. Whereas her total is going to be about 500.
Yes, Michelle, we sent you an invite. So what do you have to do? You have to drop out of the broadcast
drop
you're
out of the
watching.
broadcast.
Go to your little notification bell icon at the bottom of your screen. Click on that, and you'll see a notification. Car Hunter just invited you to their broadcast, something like that. So as a lot of people know, Luke's original lightsaber, Anakin's old saber, it's that Graflex camera flash handle. That is what Lucas used, right? So
Possibly
it's got you can't find them anymore because anyone who's not using them as camera flashes has bought them all out to make lightsabers with. Seriously, so we have to make our own. So it has that sort of S curve swooped end to it, which on the original Graflex is where the reflector.
It's a lag. Okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get an even cheaper lightsaber if you make it with some PVC tubing? Well, it is
PVC
PVC.
tubing.
Originally, but in the case, some of these are metal on the outside.
Yeah, and we go kind of a sliding scale. So if you don't want one that's just a nice piece to put on your shelf that you don't necessarily have electronics on, we can work out a price for that too.
Easily peasy. And remember, we're talking Canadian, so it already is cheaper for you Americans.
There you go, 3D printed as well.
Yeah, we've actually been thinking of that, Chris, but we'd have to figure out which material is going to take the impact and the stress of the blade. Oh, look, she is here. Okay, so I guess I have to tell it.
Give me a second.
Oh, there she is. Hang on. There's a bit of a lag. Oh, I see.
So what I'm doing right now is just to get that shape, I wrapped a piece of tape around the tube and cut it off so
Hang on a
that
second, Michelle.
when I peel the tape off, it's the equal to the circumference of the tube. But now I can draw my little profile.
I started.
Hmm.
My thing keeps
Hang on a second,
falling.
Michelle. You show up, but we don't hear you.
Oh,
We don't hear you. Are you muted, honey?
I'm not talking. Can you hear me
we
now?
Oh.
can hear her. She's just
Okay.
really quiet.
Yeah, your end is a little bit quiet.
So let's take
Hang on a
a risk
sec.
here and turn her up.
I just took a screen.
Take a risk and turn her up.
You know what? This is not working, so.
Oh, there. Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
It's 10 feet
So now
away
we're a
from
lot
me.
louder, Martin.
And
Maybe we should
so
turn
I
our-
have to have my headphones
Turn our
in.
mics down.
Yeah,
I'd be
let's go
heard.
down
Turning
to
our mic
8.
gain down a
Let's go
bit.
down to 8.
8.
Oh, she's really quiet.
Oh.
Oh my god, I
want
had
it to look
music
like
playing.
PVC tubing.
I think I had music playing. I don't know why.
In the aisle of a hardware store. I'm going to actually try to turn her up because
Can
we
you hear
can,
me?
apparently. Let me go to the little gear. Michelle, we can do this. We can do this.
Okay, I can hear you.
Oh, I don't know why either.
I don't know
Hello?
why she swallowed a fly.
Okay.
Hello?
Try again, Michelle. I tried.
Hello?
You can hear us
Hello?
okay?
I can hear you guys fine.
Woohoo!
Can you hear me?
Now, can you guys still hear? Is it still okay volume-wise for us? No echo? Hello?
Well, I put my earphones in and
we
music
can
was
hear you now.
playing from my iTunes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
turned you up.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Are you trying to turn her up or turn her on? Woohoo! Go turn Michelle on.
Wait a
Turn me
minute.
on, baby. Ooh, it's not
There's something
that,
playing from your
not
iTunes?
that kind of a girl. What? Hello, Katrina. Turn her up or turn her on? Turn her out. I can't wait till there's bandwidth
You're
enough
on a bit
for
of
a
a
wall
delay
of
because
people.
we're basically watching and hearing you on an iPad
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
for a wall of people. We can do it. We can do it, Vincent.
Katrina
Oh, do we
says
want to
it's
do the Brady
good.
Bunch thing? Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to take a risk and turn it up a little more.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
What's really awesome is I can see
So we should
both
still go for
cameras
okay.
on
So
yours.
Michelle, how's it going?
It's going good. It looks like I got this ray of light is like a peacock
So how's it going, honey?
headdress. Can you see that? It's going good. Can you hear me?
Oh, right, yeah.
I can hear faintly how long the delay is. Hello?
Yeah,
Okay. Goody.
This is
yeah,
hilarious.
we can hear you. It's just, yeah, it's a bit of a, it's a bit of delay because we're hearing and watching you on a secondary iPad as opposed to the one we're using to broadcast with.
Right?
Because that one doesn't have audio coming out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I can literally hear my voice.
And then we're
And
hearing
I'm
and
not
watching ourselves,
talking.
too.
This is like a bad dream.
This is fun. This is like talking to Apollo 11. This
Yeah,
is
there you go.
What NASA must have felt like.
I know, right? And they
So,
didn't complain about lag. They didn't complain about lag.
I've got, that's the shape we're going to cut out of the end of the tube.
Cool.
Host commentary is fine, and I can also hear Michelle. No, they didn't have a choice. Yes, it looks like it's blooming in PVC too.
Hopefully it's that, Michelle,
See,
and they
I'm
just
wondering
didn't
if
get
we
onto
can
the
plug,
show. Just ignore
a
me.
speaker
Oh, it's
into
okay.
a splitter.
Into the head.
'Cause we have a
I'm
Oh,
kind
actually,
of
we
like
got
a
headphone.
cat,
Oh no, we
dog,
don't have a headphone
Scooby.
jack on
No,
that,
we
do we?
don't.
Oh.
Is it Scooby? I called you Scooby, not Scoby. Oh my god, I called him Scooby. I added the extra O in my head. Yes, Don.
Confused.
Don. DLAY. Delay. It's written like this. Yes, sir. That's right. That's too funny. Oh my god. No, I'm kind of like a cat. You can ignore me. It's okay. I like being in the room,
What?
just watching. No. They were saying
Yeah, I
like
think that's what's gonna
that you
happen.
brought me into the broadcast, and then like
Do we
hopefully
want
they
me
won't
to try to
ignore
do that
you.
right now? And
Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, what you doing?
Do you?
Doing? What you guys
Yeah,
doing?
delay. Yeah. Everything's going all
We're gonna
timey
try, we're
wimey
gonna
on
try
us
one
here.
more thing. We're gonna try one more thing. We have this splitter thing. We don't know if it works,
Oh, nice.
and we're gonna try putting like a small speaker plugged into the splitter thing. And so you're
Where's
a
the
guinea
splitter
pig.
thing? There's the splitter thing.
Highly techy thing. The splitter thingy. The splitter thingy. I can understand that language.
Technical terms, splitter thing.
It's a splitter thing. You wouldn't understand. Oh, that mockumentary. What is the name
We're
of it? Because
split personalities.
I think I've seen that mockumentary.
Doo-doo. It's a splitter thing. Dee-lee-lee-lee.
Face goes here. I love how it says face goes here.
Canadian conspiracy.
Canadian conspiracy. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I do remember vaguely.
It's called Canadian conspiracy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch. I think that would be fun. I would totally watch that.
Let's see if I can do this. I'm right next to the microphone setup. Give me a second here.
Oh, hello.
Did it work, Martin? Hang on. Oh.
We are a little bit closer. Now I'm just going to slide this over on the thing a little.
Careful.
Give a bit more room. We are a little closer. Uh-oh.
I get Scooby all the time. It's
No,
not.
it's gone back to the iPad now, so it doesn't like it.
It doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
I'm sorry, Don. I didn't mean. It was just totally by brain accident. It wasn't intentional. I didn't mean to call you Scooby. He said he gets it all the time. Uh-oh, Martin broke something. What did he break? What?
Oh, apparently I can do it over here though.
Hello again, Katrina. Hi. Martin. Like that show. Martin.
Okay. Are
Okay.
we audioing?
We should be back to our microphones.
Oh, now it's an echo.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hang on.
Maybe we should have invested in those combo headphone microphone things.
Yeah, shush up. We didn't have
Yeah,
money.
shit.
Okay?
No.
Dude, doing the best we can.
Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah.
I love this. This is a great setup.
Okay. Well, we do have an echo. Damn!
No.
You are so patient, Michelle.
I'm not hearing an echo on my end, so.
You're not?
No. But then again,
Oh.
you know.
Okay, well,
Well, then.
let's try this.
I did learn. Remember how you were in the middle of my broadcast and it just like the sound went out on me, but not on anybody else. I think because you're not. Once you get started with your setup, it's like you really can't change it. That seems to be the rule of thumb here.
To a certain degree. You can change it. Some aspects, like you can fix the titling. You can change your mic and camera. You can, let's see, you can edit your hashtags while broadcasting.
Yes, there's quite a few things you can, but I'm just thinking like your video setup and your audio setup, not a lot of wiggle room. And your sponsor there, Jeff Curry, he comes in and he says, "No echo here as a viewer," so that's
Yeah, I
good.
see that. Yeah.
So it's just on your
No
end.
delta here either.
Maybe
no
maybe
echo,
it's just
no
in your
delta,
head.
no
There's
whiskey tango foxtrot.
yeah, there's things bouncing around in your own audio. Maybe you've got really sensitive hearing,
Well, your
like a cat.
your audio is now coming out of our computer, out of the main body of the computer itself. So
You just have really good hearing, Christina.
Surprising, because she used to be in a band in high school.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
very loud music.
yeah, that was an interesting time in my life. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So continuing on what I'm working on here. So I took that piece of tape and I cut the little S curve shape out of it, and I wrapped that tape back around the tube.
LOL.
So now that creates a cutting guide for cutting out the shape of on the end of the tube.
There's always Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. There, as long as there's
Foxtrot.
as long as there's no Charlie Foxtrot, you're good.
Charlie Brown Foxtrot.
Charlie Brown.
So what kind of art do you have planned, Michelle?
Oh, I already did the art earlier this afternoon. I decided, well, I knew you weren't broadcasting at 7:30 a.m., so my logic said 7:30 p.m. I'm like, they're still on BC time? What is this?
Drastically dehydrated.
So
Yeah.
I intentionally went at 5 p.m. I thought that was a good time, and it was brilliant. I loved it. It was great. I did David Bowie. I annually do David Bowie this time of year ever
Yep.
since 2016.
Tomorrow's 4 years? No, 5 years
I
now,
think
isn't
it was yesterday was his birthday, and tomorrow would be 4 years. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
4 years. It's 2016. Is that right?
Is it?
I don't know.
2016? So that's 5 years.
17, maybe 16, 17. You know,
I think it was
I'm-
2016.
I've lost all track of time. Everything is today. I have decided whether I'm sitting here thinking about the past or the future, it's all today.
It all just sort of blends together like a
It's all in the
breakfast
moment.
shake, you know.
Just like making sure you have like enough pajamas to wear, you know.
That's pretty much it. My Monday pajamas, my Tuesday pajamas, my Wednesday pajamas.
Well, literally, the reason why I said I need a minute is like, I'm not putting on a bra. I gotta find something to cover up the sisters.
It's like, okay, we're going to
So-
air now. No, wait, we're not dressed yet.
Wait, we're not ready. We're not ready for prime time. NSFW.
I've done that before.
Oh, no, yeah.
No pants.
No pants, yeah. I keep forgetting, like, because we got the boom mics now, right? We got the wireless mics, so you can walk
You guys
around and do anything.
you
And
guys sound
we
awesome.
both have to remember, if either of us needs to go and take a bathroom break, we should turn our microphones off.
No fooping.
It's-
No
it's
fooping,
the-
you know? No being on your phones and fooping.
It's one
and
of-
going,
one of the newest occupational hazards. You know, you hear about it in Zoom meetings all the time. You know, somebody goes to
that's
use the
called
washroom during a
zooping.
Zoom meeting. Yeah.
That's called zooping, when you're on Zoom and you're going,
Zoom,
"Poo."
zooping.
There's an actual term for
Zooping.
it.
Yeah, and then
How-
fooping is being on your phone.
How
and
much
doing
new?
the duty.
Yeah. How much new vocabulary is there going to be after all of this?
You know, we have nothing
know.
else but time to think of these things. So
COVIDiots and stuff like that.
COVIDiots. Yeah,
So
COVIDiots.
I'm gonna step off camera and turn my microphone off, not to go zoop, but I'm gonna go and cut this with the Dremel. So that's gonna make a little bit of noise. I'm gonna do it off camera.
My
Doing the
husband,
duty.
ladies and gentlemen.
Michelle, I had to remind myself not to remove the bra the other night. Oh my god, that's right. Katrina was on for the first time. She's a longtime follower of mine on Periscope. A long time. Like, she started supporting my art scopes long before she was like, you know, oh, by the way, I'm a music head like you. And so she started joining me on the music stuff. And yes, that was so cool. Like, I love that, like, all these buddies of mine have come over here and now we can all chat. I can't
Well, it
wait.
was nice. It was nice seeing some of our followers when we were on yours, coming over and saying hello to you. Cause that
Isn't
was,
that nice?
Yeah, it's great.
I want to cross pollinate. You know, it's like, you know, my friends are your friends. You know?
as long as today's tomorrow isn't yesterday's last week. Nice, Jeff.
Oh my god, that's like Bugs Bunny. This week, if next week, last week, that makes next week. This week when?
2015. Nice.
As long as today.
But yeah, like Jeff
tomorrow
there,
isn't yesterday.
Jeff is a longtime friend of ours from
Nice. I
back
can
in
see
BC.
that. I love that they show that they're an active sponsor. I love that.
Yes. Yes. Well,
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's okay. One of the things that I was saying earlier about the whole how we decided to do sponsorship, because a lot of the people you see on here that followed us over from Periscope were people who gave us super hearts, and they've already spent that money. And I think it's really wrong that that happened because I wasn't able to cash in on the super hearts.
Right.
The conditions were just something that we couldn't do, like all of them, some of the ridiculous ones. And we really stressed out and did a lot of trying to, to get those super hearts cashed in. So I
Right.
wanted to make
Right.
sure that the sponsorships are fairer here. So that's
Well,
why
when
we
I
decided
wasn't.
if we built it on air
Yeah.
and you're a sponsor, once we
Right.
reach $40 a month, you get the discount. You get the first dibs to buy the item,
I
and
love that idea. I
that'll
love
give
that idea.
our art a home, and give people a more productive way to sponsor.
Right. Well, I mean, to encourage sponsorship in the first place, we can actually offer them something that we have to give. That's why we're broadcasting in the first place, right? And on Periscope, there was such a fine line. Like, you couldn't, like if somebody if somebody supported you financially through Periscope, you had to it had to be a complete and total donation kind of a thing. Like, you couldn't turn around and then say, "Oh, hey, since you gave me so much and that's how much this piece of whatever it is I'm making, I can give you that, in exchange for." You couldn't do that on Periscope because of the
Yeah.
rules.
Well, Periscope was all against the whole contest thing, but why should it matter? They have
Right.
content,
Right.
and people are spending their money.
Mhm.
They won't see any loss, out of it.
Right.
So I don't know. I couldn't understand why they made it so impossible to cash in.
Right.
And of course, there were people that really did cash in quite a bit. A lot
Mhm.
of the DJs and music people did.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's people who really solicited themselves in a certain way. But I mean, when you're an artist, you're creating a product. You want people to buy the product. You know what I mean? I mean, if the whole point is to set up your broadcast so that people buy the broadcast, I can see that up to a certain point, I think. But
Well,
we don't collect the art and the things that we create. We want them to be in the hands of people.
oh, geez, if
So
we saved everything we made.
exactly. I'm already struggling right now with storage space, so I'm going to do a giveaway pretty soon, just because I can't fit everything under the bed kind of thing in containers. Well,
When we
Katrina
moved
was
to
saying,
BC in
I'm sorry,
2002,
I
right?
just wanted to acknowledge what Katrina said to you. She said that was so bull that people couldn't cash out their super hearts. Yeah, they went through so much, Katrina. They really went through a lot, like through the whole super heart program. I think you guys really went through a lot of things that you shouldn't have gone through, stress and otherwise. So I just hope that things are better here. Sorry, I just wanted to mention.
It's nice to be home on an
Mm-hmm.
emotional level at least.
Mm.
And we sold a lot when we moved to BC, and then we sold a lot when we moved back, and we were practically giving away costumes that were worth thousands of dollars and selling them off to
Oh
friends for $100.
yeah. And then just
And
how much
but
time you put into creating those things too.
yeah, but we had a good wear and tear of them. We wore them, we used them, so and it would be cheaper than renting a second truck. I was
Yeah.
just,
Oh, Chris was saying the same thing. Me too. Too much stuff I made or need to work on. I need to clear out. Yeah. Yeah. Spring cleaning. All the artists are gonna have a big sale. We could organize something on here, like, hey, let's.
well, and trying, I'm trying to get some cosplayers on here,
Oh,
partially so we can
nice.
do this. We can talk with each other about cosplaying and give them another platform. Most of them are on Twitch,
That's a nice idea.
a lot of them are complaining about it. And so,
Hmm.
I'd like to see some of them over here, and I've been talking to them about that. And I got kicked out of 4 groups now on Facebook, cosplay groups, because I said, listen, come on over to the Haps, let's build this little cosplay community. And they were like, oh, but you sell what you do, therefore this is self-promotion, and no self-promotion is allowed. And it's like, what?
What are they talking about? No self promotion is allowed.
On the cosplay groups, they won't let you, if you're selling
Oh.
anything or doing anything, they won't let you be on there.
Oh, I
You
see.
can-
It's kind of
Like-
like their rule.
Just
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense, really.
And because there's awards involved with HAPs, that we're not allowed to mention HAPs on the groups.
That's weird because, I mean, things have changed. Rules have to bend. It's kind of like, the whole eating outdoors thing for restaurants. Like,
yeah.
you just have to do something. You just have to pivot, I
Katrina,
mean,
yeah, that was bull that people couldn't cash out their super hards. Yeah, it was just we even deleted stuff. The big thing with us is we went out of our way to delete a lot of our casts, which we don't normally do because we want people to be able to reference back to it. But they were the casts that had below X number of people viewers because of an awkward time or whatever. A lot of replay viewers, but not a lot of live viewers.
but they didn't meet the criteria, and so therefore
Yeah.
it was null and void.
Because it was a percentage or something. It was a
75%
X
or
number
something?
Well,
on
you
average.
had to have the average of 75,
Oh, 75
replay views
replay
per
views, that's
broadcast.
it. Which is
So we
stupid.
started weeding down our broadcasts to the ones that were the higher amounts, right?
50 live.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, and
I'm
And then they
Wondering-
told
wondering,
us. Then they told us they randomly pick 5 in order to create your average.
and you know what? What's
Randomly.
weird? Yeah, random. Like, you know what?
We'll pick
they're
the 5
just-
lowest, and look,
Honestly,
you
they
didn't
were
get it.
just lazy over there. But like, have you noticed the replay views on this app because you can send them out to all your socials? Holy wows! I mean, the replays here are awesome and interactive. So I love it over here. I really love it over here. It's like night and day. Watching from Ridge Springs, South Carolina, Wesley Martinez. Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to their broadcast. I'm just a fly on the wall.
Michelle, you're doing an awesome job of welcoming people on our broadcast.
Well, you guys are busy. I just figure like I gotta make myself useful, I'm just the cat. I'm just the cat that comes, people come in the door and
Cat.
I'm just rubbing
Yeah,
their
why
legs.
aren't you guys doing your job?
Yeah, they can't see the cats right now, can they? Because
Yeah,
of the shape.
well, it's
Oh, actually,
tiny.
we're wider now. Yeah.
I'm
They
very
can kinda see them.
cat-like. I shed too, apparently. My hair has grown so long with COVID. It's not even funny.
Oh,
The opposite has
Yeah.
happened to mine.
I
It's getting
need
dry and
a
brittle.
quarantine cut again. There's another phrase for you there, Martin. A quarantine cut.
quarantine cut. Yeah.
Quarantine cut. Yeah. Apparently,
there
I'm
we go.
getting
That's
really
our-
good at it. I
our piece has
started
been
watching on YouTube on
trimmed.
how to cut hair, and now I'm getting really good at cutting hair. So I can add that to my resume.
My hair is so fine to start, and it just got worse with the whole COVID thing, and so the ends are breaking now, and my hair always grows slow, so I'm really worried about being able to keep my length because it's just snapping.
There is this stuff you can get. It's like a vitamin that's specifically for your hair and nails that actually is, a lot of people are saying is pretty effective. I'll
Really?
find it and I'll share the link with you, maybe like a
Is it
DM
like,
and Twitter.
Keratin based or something, or
It's something that's really good, and it's actually like, I don't know, people say it works really well. And
I
it's,
need more water.
but I don't know. I use a lot of there's like this vitamin E oil, and then I use just at night just because of the texture of my hair. And there's certain times of year like the winter and into the fall and stuff. I use a little bit of coconut oil, just
Okay.
a little
Preemptive disclaimer, folks. Mm-hmm. Preemptive disclaimer. I'm not peeing. I am filling our water glasses.
bit. I was trying to cover up that noise because I'm like, oh my god, what is he doing, man? What does he think? First, we're talking about fooping. I don't know if this would be feeping. Or, I don't know. Feeping. Feeing. No,
Zeeping.
Zeeping. There you go. Zeeping.
the-
Hello, Michelle, the moderator.
There we go.
Bannerman, hello. Hello, Bannerman.
Bannerman.
Bannerman!
Hello. Bannerman is such the storyteller. Wow. I
Yeah,
swear to
yeah.
God, every time I turn on this app, he is on. He literally like documents his entire life on this app. I love it. Biotin, there is biotin in it. The name of the product, I'm not going to say it because I can't think of it, but I will definitely send that to you in a DM on
Okay.
the twits, on the Twitter. Lisa Sansucci, hello. She just followed me, and then I realized, oh my god, I know who this woman is. She's gorgeous, and I believe she sings. I'm not sure, but I have to like check her out. But I remember her from Periscope. Haven't seen her in a while, but she's over here. Get her! Get
Nice.
her!
Yeah. Bannerman says hello from a cold Mississippi. Oh no.
Okay, we're up on Lake Erie, and they're in Toronto, so you're cold.
Yeah. Well, Toronto today. Today
not
we
that
had about
bad.
3 degrees Celsius,
I was gonna
which is
say,
about
you're about
30,
5.
34,
Yeah.
35 Fahrenheit.
Uh-huh.
But it was nippy, right? Because it was a bit breezy.
Yeah, it was about 5. It was about 5C here, 30, 35, something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Intro. Looking for a jingle, a pay jingle, just real short. Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, usually I raid the
An
the
intro.
YouTube database.
The public domain
Yeah.
database on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and that's where I get my tunes from,
Yeah.
my music from. Did not know if you do that.
Oh, he's talking to Lisa.
Oh yeah, Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you do that?
Lisa. Hi.
I would love to have something personal to us. That would be awesome.
Our own jingle.
Yeah.
But it's not in the budget.
You know what? I'll have to see if my dad's busy. He plays music.
Nice.
Give him a call. Dad, just sing into the telephone. I'll record you.
Well, you see, and this is why we decided on the 40 a month. That's when we'll start giving discounts for stuff we build on air. It's just the sponsors, because 40 a month, even when they take out their little fees, will give us that extra money to get a few other things that we could use to make the broadcast better, type thing.
Yes.
So I thought that was a reasonable amount of money, but yeah, it's just one step at a time, right? One little focus at a time.
You're really good at crunching the numbers. I mean, seriously, how to run an entrepreneurship on a budget the way you do. I don't know how you do it, honestly. I just don't know how you do it.
Many years ago, the first group we had that were cosplayers and prop builders, many years ago, the diagram's in her Instagram message.
Oh, it is.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's over there.
Okay.
We used to call ourselves the Not the BBC Props Department, because we all met at a Doctor Who convention, so that was thing number one. And number two, we made our stuff cheaper than BBC did. So
Oh my God, that reminds me of what was that radio program that used to be like on Saturdays? The Royal Air Force.
Royal Canary.
Royal
Royal
Canadian
Canadian
Air
Air Force.
That sounds like something they would say.
yes, yes,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
going to Fiverr to get one made.
Fiverr?
Fiverr. Oh, Fiverr is a website where you literally can get somebody anything you want done fairly cheaply and very quickly by somebody.
Okay.
It's like a Lisa, explain it better than I am. Lisa could probably explain it, but Fiverr is really awesome. A lot of people. Let's say you want. Let's say you have an Etsy shop, and you don't know how to make that banner look really nice on your shop, whatever. You can go onto Fiverr and say, "Hey, I need an Etsy banner." Somebody, and pay somebody a very, reasonable amount that you can afford, and someone will take it up as a job, and they'll do it for you.
Okay, we should look at that then.
Fiverr. I think it's with 2 R's, right?
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Fiverr.
To answer Bannerman's question as to what we're working on, I am presently working with polymer clay to make what we like to call sugar vials. Sugar vials are little candy sugar-filled vials with little wood plugs and a character on them. And we're trying to use up the last of this polymer clay, because polymer clay, if it sits around way too long, because it's already slightly older clay, if it sits around too long, goes crumbly and useless.
Kind of like Play-Doh, only
we've
like
gotten
worse.
an offer from the Canadian government has an incentive program for businesses to go online. We don't normally pre-make things. We normally only custom make things, but with the whole COVID thing and a lot of what's been going on, we're pre-making some stuff, and these are easy little sale items that are easy to ship and mail off. And I'll put them for less than what they'll probably go up for about $10 a piece, because
Nice.
they take about an hour and a half. Some of them take about 2.5 hours if they're more detailed. But these are not as heavily detailed as some of the ones I used to do for birthday parties.
Oh,
So
now
yeah,
can Martin? Do you guys have like a sample that can Martin like? I think he's like closest to where your other camera is. Like get it,
Oh, for me to
give
show
people
it on the camera?
yeah, like a show,
Yeah,
like
I'll
show a
grab some
close up
there.
so people can see.
and then Martin is presently working on a lightsaber that's been custom ordered, and we're using it at different. We're doing
Show
a
that
different technique this time. Yeah, go
So
for it.
so
Okay, hang on a sec.
Bannerman, these guys are a specific type of artist. They're multi artists, if you will.
Multi.
Multi-talented. In a nutshell, they've had decades of experience as prop builders for movies and television. They reside in Canada, but they can explain a little bit more. Take a look at their bio in their profile. But these guys are actors, and they also get their hands dirty making stuff for all kinds of
We
situations.
like getting our hands dirty.
And they're cosplayers. They go to conventions. They speak. They're multi-talented. These guys are
I don't
fabulous.
understand anything.
I keep forgetting some. For some reason, because my name recognition of my brain doesn't always work, I keep forgetting one of my favorite shows that I used to watch. A lot of shows you see on Sci-Fi, these guys had something to do with it, so they can tell you a little bit more. But Bannerman just wants to know what
You
you're
talking
up
about
to.
Stargate?
Yes. It could be Stargate. Why don't I ever remember the name of that show? I'm like,
I'm wearing
Yeah.
my
So
Stargate Universe
because there
cap.
were three different shows, right? There was Stargate SG-1,
right?
there was Stargate Atlantis,
Yes,
and Stargate
it's a
Universe.
Universe. Atlantis was kind of, but anyway. Yeah, so these are the guys. These are the guys. They have. They also. Now you guys don't have an Etsy shop. You don't have an Etsy shop.
We did.
But you did.
But when they changed a lot of the rules and regulations and how they charge Canadians,
and
because
you
it's done
can't.
differently,
And
it
what
just
is it? Weren't they trying to encourage people to like free shipping and stuff like that? Like, which is kind of ridiculous if you're coming from Canada and you're sending something to the U.S. Something like that.
big time. Shipping is probably our biggest demon.
Well, these guys make real
That's what I look at, yeah.
lightsabers, like lightsabers with sound and light, and they're really cool. You have a working R2D2, which was a favorite broadcast. Again, I'm a Star Wars
What
sci-fi
one
kind
did
of
you
geek.
work on? Katrina, I'm assuming if you mean Stargate, all of them.
All of them, all the Stargates.
All of them.
Not the
All
original
of
movie,
them.
we were too young back then. But yeah, like, I mean, here's my lights. This one we made for me. That's my custom job. We did this one years ago when we were in a shop working for CW shows at the time. So Supergirl,
Arrow, Flash,
Flash, the whole works. Legends of Tomorrow, and that's when we decided to make my saber because we had access to a lot of equipment that we unfortunately don't right now. So
Right.
this customer's lightsaber is going to be done in a very different way. We're going back to the original ideas of making it chargeable, where you plug it in and it's a chargeable lightsaber, whereas this one,
You
the
plug it in
battery-
like your phone every night, you know?
But we
Well,
figured
that's
we didn't
kinda
want
cool.
to do this for customers because the trick to this battery compartment is the fact that that's the speaker.
Right.
So
Right.
because that's the speaker, that's your battery compartment.
I mean, they have that realistic sound, the shriek.
Yeah, I'll turn it on for you in a moment. So we were worried about customers pushing on the speaker mindlessly, like forgetting and popping the speaker membrane.
And then
So
let it
that's why
come
we're
out.
making hers sealed with a recharging circuit in it. This board in here and this light are all from. Am I still powered on? Yeah, I am.
Apparently so.
Unfortunately, the blade right now is in the storage locker. I don't know why we brought the blades back to the storage locker, but
I
this.
guess it seemed like the thing to do at the time.
So this board in here, it costs us about $200 US. It was made by a company called Saberforge. Saberforge is an American
Gonna make some more
company.
noise.
You're gonna make some more noise, okay?
Good
Turn
night.
off
I'm
my
sorry.
mic.
Good night, Bannerman. And Bannerman is a folk artist. He's down south. He says something about he has a friend who works in movies. Is he an extra or something? Like in New Orleans? From New
Yeah.
Orleans? Yeah, from Norla.
Orleans.
Nola. No, I'm not saying it right. Anyway, but yeah, he said he's been in over 60 movies filmed there. My uncle moved to New Orleans, and he was an extra in movies way back in like the 80s. A lot of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies were, and I think the movie Tank or something.
Nice.
I think, yeah, so my uncle was an
But
extra
you see,
too.
this saber is anodized as well.
Ah,
So the blue is anodized right to the aluminum, so that it doesn't scratch. It's like a diamond coat when you
is
think
it like
about
a
it.
coating? I was gonna say, is it like a protective coating? Because
Yeah,
it sounds like something you do to a car.
more or less, yeah.
Hmm.
But this is like, I mean, if we were to make this saber for someone else using the same techniques, you're looking at $1,000 saber.
I don't know if Berta's
But
saying goodnight to us or she's saying goodnight to Bannerman, but okay. I'm just
I'm not
sorry.
sure.
I'm just looking at the comments there.
Yeah, Brenda, cool.
Nice.
No, his bar
No, his
is Old
bar
Point Bar.
is
That's right.
Google the
Google
movies
the
filmed at
movies
his
filmed at his bar
bar. Oh.
one day, and we look forward to it, Bannerman, definitely. Whereas this one here, this is Martin's, and it's a green blade,
Oh, nice.
right? And it's a variation on Qui-Gon's, partially because Qui-Gon's blade lightsaber is flat on top, but we wanted
Oh.
the room to put the electronics in, so we made ours round, and it's got a
Ah.
green blade on it. But this one is aluminum on the outside, and then it's plastics on the inside, so painted black.
It sounds pretty
So
lightweight though, you know.
it's actually a really good weight. We make our sabers a little heavy for ourselves because we actually fight with them.
Oh,
So
that's
we
right. I was just gonna say, like, what does it feel like when you use them? Like, can people, the ones that you buy, I mean, can they realistically do the cosplay fighting where it's very realistic swordplay?
Some can, like hers, the one we're making for this customer. She she wanted to keep in a budget, and her budget was 500. So we're using the electronics from one of the toys. So it's not as high a grade electronics as these are, and it's not anodized. It'll be painted. So that way we can, have it at the cost that she wanted it at. And what we did was she told us what it is, and then we drew up if you can see that, we drew up a diagram of her saber for her and sent it to her for approval.
Oh, nice. See, now that's really awesome. You guys are like full service, you know? I mean, it's definitely, well, I mean, okay, I've done commissions. Commissions are a unique aspect of doing any kind of art for sale, so to speak. And it takes a certain kind of persona and patience, but also interaction with the client. Like you have that skill. That's a special skill. Not everybody has that skill, and obviously you guys have to have that even when you are like running the production company and all of that sort of thing. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
beyond.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
no idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Sometimes,
bring up bad.
working with art directors and,
Oh, yeah.
prop masters that just they have this vision, right? And
And they have this budget.
and they have oh yeah,
I
or
want
they
to be
have
one
this
of those
vision, but
guys
this budget.
someday. I wish I had that kind of power as an art director. I have the vision.
Well, it's
No,
like,
I don't think I could do that. I
The
could never do
the
that.
Atom suit was worth the same as a house
Yeah.
by the time everything was said and done.
So basically, a lot of times with your clients, it's like they have an idea, and then you have to like bridge that to the reality of what you can provide.
Quite a lot,
Well,
yeah.
productions, the hardest thing about productions is a lot of times you're working with multiple departments, and not every department agrees with each other.
Oh, that's
Problem
lovely.
number one. Problem number two, a lot of times when you're on set, not everyone's there at the same time. So you
Right.
have to kind of budget their time in. So basically, if you're working with an actor or doing something that involves an actor, then you got to think of all that. Actually,
Wow.
I think I'm going to make a mail ferry. And
Mail ferry, like a letter carrier.
yeah, no,
He can fly.
no, a ferry with guy parts, okay?
Oh, okay.
And no, I'm not
Okay,
putting the
we're-
guy parts in.
Oh, we're speaking code now. Okay.
But yeah, what happens in a production is, the idea has to come from the art department.
Right.
Then the producer and/or director gives the approval for what it looks like. So you've got the initial art. Then the art is cleaned up once the approval happens. Change this, change that, change this, change that.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then so the artist does a final drawing for the costumers, for the prop makers, for whatever is involved, whether it's a costume or whether it's just a prop. Then the art comes to us, or an equivalent shop or whatever, depending on what's needed. And then we got to try to make the art into reality.
Right.
And a lot of times what they see or what the artist has drawn is physically impossible.
Wow. Yeah.
So we
I'm
have
sorry, you wanted to do what? In
So-
that small a thing?
So we have to break that down and then go back to them and say, okay, look, this is possible, this is possible, this is possible. What's your budget, by the way? Oh, well, no,
Oh.
that's not possible at
That's
all.
not possible.
Not
Yeah.
gonna happen at that budget. Yeah.
Well, there comes a point in every artist's, career where they just kind of go, I just want to make stuff, and it's like, take it or leave it. Just buy it, please. Like, I've made it. It's already there. Just take it as is. Do you guys ever get that feeling, like, sometimes it's just not worth the hassle to do all of that kind of commission style work, or do you have just
You have to-
avenues that you can kind of exercise that? Like, here
Well,
it
this
is.
is why I like making these little sugar vials, because it's the kind of thing that if I don't sell them all within a reasonable amount of time, they can easily be gifted to a friend. They're small enough to just ship off. They're quaint. They're, so you send it off to a friend for their birthday or something like that. Here's a little
Right.
treat for you.
Nice.
And it's much nicer than candy, because it's got candy in it, but it's reusable. You can refill it with whatever you want, sparkles or beads, or knock yourself out. And we switched to using pieces of wood dowel because cork is on the endangered list.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why all the wineries are using plastic corks now, or screw
I
tops.
wondered. I thought
Right,
they were
yeah.
just being like funky, like, ooh, I don't think I've ever seen black cork that feels like this.
Well, whereas you used to be able to buy a little pack of little cork plugs, for $5, and you got 30 of them in the pack type thing, and now it's like a pack of for the same price, it's a pack of 2. And it doesn't make financial sense.
Ah.
So we get the longer pieces of dowel and we just cut them and then we sand them down to fit. So when we mail them, we put a piece of tape over them because they stay fairly closed, but not when in shipping or if you fuss with them too much.
Wow.
Because unlike cork, they don't have that springiness to them to fill the
Right.
space.
What could
So-
you use? That's,
So if you make them a little too tight, they end up cracking your glass vial.
ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
Nope. So what I'm doing here right now, Christina showed you guys the little drawing sketch that we sent to our client. So I'm just laying out the saber, the main core of the body itself. So I'm going to start laying out where all the little components and everything get mounted, because there's going to be holes drilled and bolts and little fittings and knobs attached to it here and there. And where I'm putting the masking tape right now is where there's sort of a collar with a little rectangular box on the side of it, and that's where the activation switch is going to be. And then a little carryover from our long ago lightsaber making days. We have these guys here. We made a mold of this. We made a sort of an Anakin type Darth Vader lightsaber years and years and
Nice.
years ago, and these are the grips that go around
Very cool.
the sides of the saber. We don't have enough of them already cast, but we're going to cast a bunch more from the original molds. But on the original lightsabers, Lucasfilm, they used wiper blades from I think like a British Leyland
Wasn't it a
car. It was
Volkswagen?
it was a British Leyland car.
Was it a Leyland?
Yeah,
Okay.
they used the little rubber wiper blades for the grips.
Brenda is saying
see
that
anything
she
on the phone
can't
screen?
see anything on the phone screen. Is it just...
On this
Are
one here,
you,
that
are
I'm
you
waving?
frozen? If it's frozen, go out of the cast and back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might be. People have been struggling a little bit, even though there has been an update. Maybe Brenda may or may not have the update. If she's watching from her phone, that happens
That's
sometimes.
possible,
it's just
yeah.
it's just one of those things they're trying to iron out.
Actually, I guess Haps technically isn't a beta anymore, is it? There's no. Oh no, there's a beta. The
There's
beta's
beta.
showing up over there.
Yeah.
Okay, never
It's
mind.
still beta. It's
wrong.
just they're rolling things out, but like they're rolling them out in not all at once. you
Yeah,
know?
Brenda,
Okay.
if can you see that now? Because If
Maybe it
you're
was too close and washed
if,
out. Yeah.
If the video is paused and the audio is still going,
It
then
was
you're
the
seeing an empty.
phone with the diagram, is what Katrina's saying. Know what you
Oh,
were
can't see anything on
showing.
the phone screen.
Oh,
Okay.
if you get it close to where you need to see
Oh,
it. I
this
I
way.
obviously can't.
We thought
see a thing.
we were assuming
Sorry.
that you were assuming we were using a phone. Yeah, it's.
Well, turn the light level down on the screen.
You know,
When he picked up the phone to show the
Screen level down
diagram.
so
Oh,
that's
so it was
not-
on. It was
Okay.
Martin
Cool.
user
And on a
user
slight
error.
angle because.
Okay. Sorry about that, Brenda.
see
Sorry.
here if I can.
Hey, chill.
Oh, there you can kind of see it. Like, it's just trying to get it angled right so it's not glaring on the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a. Trying to see it there. There we go. Kind of. It's
Well,
basically the
guys-
sketch that we sent of the lightsaber and the different components and everything.
Guys, this cat needs to go
you
out.
try
Go
separate?
take a little walk outside. No, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna take off because my dinner is waiting for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Well, thanks for
dinner's good.
joining
Gotta
us,
do
Michelle.
that. Yeah, somebody opened the can of tuna. So
Ah,
so guys, see you later. I
okay.
will
Thanks,
X
Michelle.
out, but this was fun, and I'm gonna come in and I'll watch as a commenter. I'll try to be, I'll try to be nice. I won't troll,
We're
but
losing our
oh,
personality person.
my battery is almost gone.
We're
All right,
losing
guys,
our
bye.
Greta.
I can't wait to see this and see how this worked out, because
wondering if
maybe
I'm
you can
not
teach me how to do a thing or two on this app.
Sort of. But, yeah, even then, it's still kind of washed out.
Experiment.
Bye. I'll see you guys in a
Mhm.
minute.
Okay. Bye, Michelle. Thanks.
Yeah, it's. Oh, where's the light level thingy?
Scroll up. Take up.
There we go. So
Bring
I'm
it
gonna
down
try
to
one more.
almost
I'm gonna
nothing.
try one more time because I'm stubborn.
Kind of see it now. Okay, better.
I'm stubborn. Okay, so I turned the light level down on it even more.
Ah.
Turn off the light on around
Oh,
the
hold on.
camera. That might be an idea too.
It might. It might work.
Yeah. Go down, down,
Boop.
down, down.
No. The screen's just too much of washout.
We need like one of those anti-glare.
The washout, man.
I'm sorry,
get
honey.
rid of
We
the work by going.
tried. We tried.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna come back up again so that Martin can actually see what he's working on.
Yay.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
We kind of see it now. Okay.
Kind of see it now.
Oh,
Kind of, sort of. Maybe.
Michelle, this is. Thanks for trying. You're welcome. Oh, actually, there's another.
Oh,
Airdrop it to the computer.
Airdrop it. Oh, and you can do the screen?
Yeah, because now that Michelle's gone, I've got a space.
What?
What? I didn't want to get rid of her.
Now she's gone. We can
Just
show her
now
this
she's
image.
gone.
Airdrop to Mac Pro. We need to get rid of the
Yes.
echo.
I'm gonna get off. There isn't
Echo.
natural echo.
Oh, I'm hearing my echo. Attention, airdrop.
Well, they said there wasn't. Except. Save to downloads.
Alrighty,
Okay.
back at it.
It's just because there's a delay to us. They can't actually hear it. We
They can't hear the delay.
Yeah. So hang on. I've got another way to do this. Martin can keep an eye on the comments.
She's gonna throw the picture up on our media,
We're gonna show you
uploaded
guys
media.
how to do this. Okay?
It's awesome. We are so loving the Haps app.
Da, 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 da. Where's the computer? Itself. Boom. Boom, boom. Users. Downloads. Do-do-do, da-da-dee. Da-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee.
Dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da.
Maybe it's I forgot where it saves these things.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay, I just had a duh moment. Done. Done. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated.
She will not be
I
defeated.
will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. See, and this is why it takes longer to do these things when we're
Yeah, really.
Yada-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. So everyone say hi to Chill if you get a chance. I assume, Chill, you're still here.
Chill is it?
Chill has been friends with us longer than anyone else who's presently here.
Oh, I know. Seriously, yeah.
Because he's awesome. And that's what it is. That's our man. What? Where'd it go?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
But,
What? What?
come on.
Did-
Mm.
Peanut.
Okay, Christina's gonna start crying any second now. What's the title of the? What's it called?
Oh, what's the image called?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Let's find out.
Okay, drop it again.
There, drop it again.
Drop it again.
Mic drop. Airdrop. Airdrop. Airdrop.
It was canceled.
Mac.
Cancel.
Oh.
I didn't cancel it.
Oh, well, that's why you can't find it.
I told it to accept it. Photo forward, accept. Save to downloads. Oh, did you cancel
Sending
it at your
sent.
end? Oh,
Nope.
You must have.
I deny everything.
I'm gonna blame
I
you.
deny everything.
I'm gonna blame you.
Hey, a super hard award. Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you, Katrina.
More super hard awards.
Is that for this pitiful effort? Okay, here. And I'm gonna make it
Okay.
dominant for a minute. I'm gonna switch things around. I'm gonna make it number one for a moment. So it'll be the bigger picture right now. There!
We didn't have any
There.
secret information on that. That's
No,
okay.
no. And you see there's these copyright holes too when it comes to making props and stuff. It has to be 10% different.
Mm-hmm.
So we're putting a dragon on hers, a little dragon on it, and we made some slight changes in the measurements. So it's the saber itself, but it's super hard, super hard. There we go. It's a heart. So there you go.
See, I was doing this.
That's what we did it. This is how you do it, and this is how we should have done it in the first place. So that's the drawing we sent her with measurements, and we talked to her about
Mm-hmm.
where did she want what place. Then we asked her what does she want her actual button to be, like to turn it on and off. Does she want the lever to be the button,
Or somewhere else, because there's that knob near the front end, near the emitter end, and stuff like that.
Yes. So there you go. That's how that works. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back to number one. If you guys want, we'll leave it up there. And,
Yeah.
and I'd like to make this number two. How do I make this number two? I want
If you're
this
going to
one.
make number 2, you got to turn your microphone off.
I used to love you.
There we go.
No, that's not right either.
That's not. Oh no, that's not
That's
right.
not right.
Wait, that's not it. There,
We-
juggle. There we go.
There.
Oop, there they go. We're having a lot of fun with that work. Now we can see the drawing. Yes.
Still
Still
here at the moment.
moment.
Home shortly. Jen is not only recovering from filling on Tuesday, but emergency root canal on Wednesday and antibiotics she was allergic to. Dumb dentist
Oh,
wouldn't
no.
listen to us or pharmacists. Oh my God, that's like people who don't take my my needle phobia seriously, and they just want to stick
Oh, I know,
something
yeah.
in me, and I nearly
Yeah, I mean,
take them. I usually
suck
take
it
them
up.
down.
Stop being afraid of needles.
It doesn't work that way,
No.
folks.
It's like,
It
oh no,
doesn't work
these
that way.
if the reaction to these antibiotics will only kill you a little. It won't kill you that badly.
I'll give you that much. Damn. Chilled. Tell her I love her. Tell her we're rooting for her. And give us the name of that dentist.
Don't say root. Don't say root. It's root.
Thanks, Martin.
All right.
Thanks. Thanks. Really. Seriously.
That's kind of like what you don't say in an airport, right?
So, Chill, at some point, Martin and I do intend on rejoining CAG. We're going to have to make him a new forehead, though, because his old forehead is crispy.
We should be able to reuse the Katorak wig that I had, the one that we spent like weeks rug hooking and creating this wig from scratch.
Yeah, so we want to use the same
It's
wig.
freaking hot, but it's an amazing
He
wig
loves
because
it.
it's just
He
so
loves it.
full, and it's got the braids and the little metal baubles
I'm
and
not
stuff in
gonna,
it.
yeah, I'm
and
not going to
love it.
argue with you. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. It's yours. But yeah, that forehead is crunchy.
Yeah, well, it's dried latex. It's like over 20 years old.
And we can
25
use
years
dragon skin now.
old. Oh yeah. But we're not doing Discovery Klingons.
No, no, no.
I have a flu shot in one arm and tetanus in
and
the
all
other
the rest of
yesterday. I
it.
feel like a pincushion.
Oh my God, Jill.
Just get it all out of the way right now. Do them all.
Oh,
And COVID vaccine and just
I like those TikTok videos of people doing the whole COVID vaccine thing,
oh yeah.
the twitching and I think it's hilarious. It's
You
just,
may experience some slight side effects.
so I am cheating a little bit on this guy by using a mold that I made of a toy a while ago because it takes less time. Now, the time consumer is going to be painting, so that
Mhm.
everything's not one color type thing and painting his eyes in and stuff. But this does make life a lot easier to do it this way.
Fun week. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, oh my God, Jill.
Lots of fun. Fun week, good night. As in good night.
Night.
Or are you having a good night?
Love you. But yeah, I'm also thinking of going back to do Dax. I want to do the Klingon outfit. I want to do her Klingon
Mhm.
outfit. Something I meant to do before, but never got to. So it's something I want to do now. No one color. Using up
And
the
Ron's
old stuff.
back on. Hello from
Hi,
Honolulu.
Ron.
Honolulu from Honolulu.
Honolulu. Honolulu. It sounds like
Ron, Ron,
yeah.
Ron.
Honolulu.
Sorry, out of topic is super busy, but
Yes.
no, we haven't cut your box yet.
We have to get the materials to
Yeah.
cut his box.
Wedding? Hope so.
What?
Wedding?
Wedding? What? Wedding. Oh,
Oh.
what? What? Us?
Oh, the wedding out. Oh, Dax's wedding outfit, the Klingon wedding outfit.
Oh, no.
No, her-
I don't have that much of a budget.
Her Klingon armor.
Right now,
yeah.
I don't have that. With doing all these fairies, I have no budget anymore.
Yeah.
No, her armor, her Klingon armor.
Mm-hmm. So like the standard Klingon, like next gen DS9
And she
kind
has
of Klingon
the
outfit.
sort of
yeah.
gray sweater underneath.
Can I commission 3D printed D&D figurines?
Don't see why not.
Possibly.
Don't see why not.
Like minis. Yeah, so like little 1 inch, 2 inch kind of figurines.
And do you want to paint them, or do you want us to paint them?
Oh, half the fun is painting them yourself, isn't it? Yeah. Not much like Dimension 20.
Please.
Please, Dax's wedding outfit.
Yeah, I figured I did consider creating a Klingon character, but the hot flashes and the hormonal changes, and I don't want to do prosthetics until that
Until
passes.
that's out of your system. Yeah.
And until my body settles down. So I thought, you know what? I did Dax before, and I saw the new rules on KEG that you have to have a Klingon outfit, but you don't have to be a Klingon, so to speak. So I thought, yeah, I might as well do Dax again.
Yeah.
And he seemed to get a kick out of making the spots.
I love it when they all go down, when they go all the way down. Yeah.
So I have to get healthy again, though, because I've the COVID weight thing is not a happy place.
The COVID weight and all the
I'm artistically challenged, remember? I know, but Ron, come on, painting's half the fun. Well, you send us some links to some images of what you want them to look like, basically, and what size you want them to be, and we'll let you know. Yeah, the painting's the consuming part for us. That's going to be the big cost. It's not going to be the printing. It's going to be the painting. Printing's the easy stuff. Could also do classic Klingon.
classic Klingons are
Yeah, it's
not our thing.
I don't feel any strength in that. I don't feel any comfort in that. It's campy, so it would be fun to throw together for a quick party if everyone was doing like a classic Trek party or something like that. I'd happily do that, or possibly make another scant. But this time I would make undergarments that are the same color like it's supposed to be, just in case. You remember my scant?
We all remember your scant.
I'm not the same size physically anymore, so yeah. I would make the same colored underwear instead of what I was using when I had that scan. But
We just made her say underwear.
thank you. Thank you. Must be a finished product. Okay, then we will quote John.
Yeah.
Off to walk the dog. Night night. Say hi to the pup. Well, Ron, like I said, send us some links. Tell us what size you want them. Send us some links and some images, and tell us what size you want them, and we'll give you a quote. But yeah, the painting is the time consumer. I mean, are you looking at the same size as these guys? If you have time, just skim really fast on a channel called Dimension 20 on YouTube, just so you have a general idea. I want my friends to chip in and have all of our characters done, so just one
Oh,
chippy.
yeah.
And maybe smaller. Okay. So I'm going to screen cap that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I take notes.
And all of a sudden it's like, why is my iPad full?
We delete
Why
them
is there no
after we
memory
go
on my
in.
phone?
We delete them afterwards.
Well, it's
really.
true we do, but
I have no memory. You're right. I haven't cleaned them up since. Well, that's because we keep playing Pokemon, and they want you to take a
screen
picture
cap
of
your buddy and
well, take pictures of your buddy
yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just like that fills up pretty fast. I got to remember to delete those
Mhm.
after I take them to get the extra points and stuff. So yeah, maybe smaller, yeah.
Maybe smaller. Okay. Hmm.
So you can see because this polymer clay is older, it takes a lot of working it to get it to
Mhm.
be nice and soft. Trying to find jobs for you guys
Since they can't sponsor more. No, that's totally
cool.
no. Yeah.
Things that I think you'd be awesome at. Thank you.
No, we appreciate that, Ron.
Yeah, the thing is, it's always finding the file. That's a consumer time
Mhm.
too. But it's still easier to find a file than it is to make it from scratch, because we can modify a file. It takes a lot less time to modify a file than it is to do it
Modify?
from scratch. Modify.
Ah, come back here. Come back here, image.
And now Martin's struggling with the image.
I've been struggling with image all my life.
I love you, so I don't care what your image is.
Oh, okay. It's usually a little blurry.
So once I get the parts of this fairy put together, I can start assembling them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I decided on a male fairy because there was a contest we got involved with, and we were providing prizes. So I thought it would be really cool to send the male fairy out as the prize.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have a male fairy at the moment to put in the store. Hi, Chris, you're back.
Hey, Chris Wigan, back from dinner. What's the minimum sponsor amount?
I don't know. It's like 33 cents for the one fee, and
the
then
fee?
20 cents for the other fee.
Yeah.
So
And did we figure out are those flat rate, or is one of them a percentage?
it looks like, because we now have two of them, it
Mhm.
looks like one's a flat rate and the other one's a
Mhm.
percentage.
Right.
So for the $3 that Ron is giving us, it's I think it's 33 cents, and then it's
Mhm. Actually, it's wrong. Yeah.
yeah, and then it's like 25 cents or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, $1 for us.
Right. Yeah.
I can probably send you hand-drawn sketches, and you can work from there and give it your own twist and flavor to them. Well, we
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
It would be best to find a file, because if
Mhm.
we have to do it from a hand-drawn sketch, now we're building from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So if you show us what's already out there, there's a good chance we'll be able to find the file.
Look on Thingiverse
And
or
then-
something and see if there's something similar
Yeah,
that we
Thingiverse.
could.
Take a peek on Thingiverse.
Thingiverse. And what's the other one? GrabCAD. There's a few sites out there that have like free downloadable 3D models, and then we can do whatever little tweaks and adjustments as needed. But to have the base model to work with there saves huge amounts of time.
You can check out Hero Forge to create the D&D minis. Save the file, then send the file you create to Carhunger.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Hero Forge, huh?
Hero Forge. Awesome.
That's part of the reason why we don't use it. There are certain services we don't use because if a production makes you sign an NDA, and that's anything goes up online and it's their
Mhm.
designs, then we're in trouble.
Super busy. Would you mind sending me an email with all of this? Oh, there we go.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay. There.
Another screen grab. Little things to take care of after the broadcast.
We take care of our people.
We look after our
We
peeps.
look after our peeps. Yeah.
Our haps.
Just so
mayhaps?
happens. Just so
mayhaps.
happens. Mayhaps you think too much? What? Hold on. What?
Me? I never think too much.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes I can't stop you. It's like,
I can never decide if I'm overthinking.
look, you fuzzy was on the brain. Okay,
I
stop.
know, really.
You're fuzzing my
Right.
brain out.
I know. Have we used Yeji? We have not used. Or
We
Yegi?
have not. What
Yegi?
is Yegi?
What is Yegi? So there's all these apps right now because we've been dealing like for years and years. All of our apps have been like in the high-end industrial design, and we can't afford to buy those ourselves, right?
Yeah,
So
shops
things like
are providing.
SolidWorks, Rhino, Maya, what is it, Lightwave, things like that are being used for all the 3D design, and then getting into major like CAM programs for the 3D machining, 3D printing, and all that sort of stuff. So all these other little services out there,
Yeah, we
that people
never
are
had to
using,
deal
we've
with
never
them.
had to deal with them before. Edgy is a search engine
So
that searches
it's-
all the 3D sites. Okay, so we check that every once in a while to make sure that our 3D models haven't been, which is why we're not doing any of the ones that use a the cloud
To
base.
anyone watching, I've seen her hunger work in person. Most gorgeous biohazard box.
Thank you so much,
Check it out.
Ron.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hard for us because
Firing us up
all
since he
the
was another one.
all the years that we've been working with these kinds of machines, they're more complicated, they're larger. The apps are paid for by the shop or the production itself, so we've not had to ever worry about having our own machines, let alone something that's simpler than what we worked on. And we thought simpler. This will be a breeze,
yeah.
and no.
Well, it's getting it up and running.
it's-
The first, those first baby steps, growing
face it,
pains.
Stargate spoiled us. CW
It's like,
spoiled us.
oh yeah.
Disney
you need,
spoiled us.
You need what? Okay, sure. being on the show itself, right? Working as a subcontractor for a show, it's always like, oh no, we don't have any money for that. We want this done on the cheap. But working in the show itself, it's like, oh, you need to get materials to make this vacuform machine
Okay.
because you're going to need it over the course of the season. Sure, we'll just write it off over the length of the season.
And then we'd come in
you know.
after hours, or on the weekends no one was working, or between seasons where the shop would be empty for like 2 months, with no one in it, nothing happening, and we all had our side stuff. Martin and I had all our
Oh, yeah.
cosplay stuff and
We had our
work from
side
home.
hustles.
Yeah. One of the other shop guys did custom parts for bicycles,
Yep.
and what was it? Was it also motorcycles, or there was something
Yep.
else? or-
There's doing custom motorcycle parts.
Yeah.
And all sorts of things.
So each of us had our own sideline. So we'd go in there, and it was funny. I think you and I were the only one that went in there and did geek stuff.
The geek stuff. Yeah, we were really the only actual geeks in a shop full of like prop makers for one of the most geeky TV shows on, at the time, Stargate.
Yeah. So it felt kind of weird. They'd look at us and go, "Why are you building Star Trek stuff?
Because we
we
want
want
to.
to. Why are you building Doctor Who stuff?
Because we want
to."
to. Why are you
But-
building this robot dog that looks like he's made out of brass and copper?
'Cause we want to. And it was just like, we get laughed at all the time, and we're like, "It's okay, folks. It's okay. It's okay. We're all
Well,
fine."
it's funny, the year that we started the Renaissance Fair, and I can't remember if Jeff was involved in this or not. Thank you so much, Ron.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate. Yay.
The year we started the Renaissance Fair in BC, and we were working for Stargate, and we took advantage of the summer hiatus of the show. It was like a 2 or 3 week hiatus, and we basically, the two of us almost moved in, and with a small team of people, we built every set piece for the Renaissance Fair. The tower gates, we did the carousel and all the stuff for the games and rides area and all the different stage backdrops.
Yep.
Built it all, painted it all, and by the end of the summer hiatus, we were ready to load up a truck and move all that out of the building so that when the regular production crew came back in, they were, they didn't have all
I
this stuff
thought
in
it
the way.
was always funny because we had a lot of volunteers. Martin and I didn't do that alone. So we had these volunteers, and they would come in and they'd be looking around going,
Thanks,
Hold
Ron.
on.
No problem at all.
This is the Stargate shop. This is the Stargate shop.
Thanks for
and they're
joining
like,
us
can we
again."
take pictures of ourselves with things? Yeah, just you're not walking out of the building with them.
Yeah, you can't take anything.
So all these
Like, leave
volunteers
them- What's
were volunteering in order to take pictures of themselves with everything.
yeah? Well, what's the nature trail signs that usually say? Leave only footprints, take only pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
we
need
got a
some
lot of
drill bits.
volunteers that way because other volunteers were telling their friends, hey, come volunteer for this Renaissance Festival and you get to work in the Stargate shop. It was just like, yeah, we got a lot of volunteers by using the shop. Later, Ron. I missed that. I think that's what Martin was already.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to go again.
And again, and again, and again, and again.
And again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Now, unfortunately, because my fingers have got like a bit of the oil from the polymer clay, it does, like, where I touch the glass, it does fog it up.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Should be.
try to wipe it down before it goes into the oven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can use it like a Q-tip with a little bit of isopropyl or something, or...
Carefully,
What's-
or if any isopropyl gets underneath the polymer clay, it'll detach itself.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. You don't want it wicking.
Nope.
Wiki, wiki.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
Wiki, wiki. Wiki, wiki.
Oh, I like doing my fairy wings as two parts, an upper wing and a lower wing. Now, we had made our first pair of full-size fairy wings that we made for me, the first pair of Maeve, the one character. We did it in two parts, but because we made them move, because they actually flapped, it wound up being a mistake.
Jeff says, I remember pushing that carousel. Yeah, I remember you in your kilt pushing the carousel. You were one of the
You're one of the more
more popular volunteers. Well, I mean, this is it. You get to watch a burly young man in a kilt pushing, exerting.
I'm so happy you said that, Martin.
Why?
A burly young man.
Burly young man.
Were you really looking?
I wasn't looking.
Jeff, he loves you. Not that way. Because we're
Not
not that kind of broadcast,
broadcast.
Martin. Almost like that.
Almost.
Almost.
I caught it. I heard it.
Yeah,
Don's back.
he's back. Why did
Did
it
our-
suddenly?
What was that?
I don't know.
Our entire screen just suddenly the tiles jumped around. The screens jumped around and went back to where they should be.
Interesting.
Jump around, jump around, jump up, and jump down. No,
Yeah, you know you're a Gen Xer when.
I know. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm drilling and tapping a hole to mount a little knob on the top end of the saber. Say things like, burly young man, and I'm going to stop asking Christina to give you big kisses for me. Oh, come on, you wear a kilt too.
Yeah.
I can call you a burly young man.
Oh, no. Then Jeff will get jealous.
Damn.
You know,
This always
just-
happens to me, I
yep.
swear.
Now, the hardest part about this is you have to be careful, how hard you press. Because then all little details you just finish fussing,
Get
it
squished.
gets squished down. So sometimes when they come out of the oven, you have to re-glue some things back together.
I hate when I have to do that.
Where's his face? I want to make sure his face is facing forward. Actually, I am going to put his face on a slight angle.
Put your best face forward.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a hero pose where he's slightly looking up at the sky. It's not the kind of kilt. Nice. See, I think I made a mistake. I didn't, I just realized I didn't give him a neck.
You gave him no neck?
I gave him no.
Oh my God! How Rocky Horror of you!
Thank you. No, I'm gonna have to give him a neck.
This man has no neck.
That brings back
I
memories.
don't know.
Okay.
Nice format. Looks good. Hey, Biggie Smalls. Biggie.
Hi, Biggie.
Yeah, we're trying out the different options for the whole like tiling of windows and picture and stuff like that. So right now, as you see, you've got our talking heads on the smaller window, because we don't really need to be seen in great detail, but the workspace is in bigger detail with a nice
Why do you
webcam.
put makeup on?
Because
Why not bother?
you love putting makeup on.
I do.
You're beautiful as you are.
That's because you're my husband. You have to say that.
I do. I'm contractually obligated.
Everyone take notes.
To love, cherish, and compliment her beauty, or death do I part.
I am not saying anything.
Uh-huh.
I'm keeping my trap shut. I would like, if I may, you may.
You may. So right now I'm just digging through a bin of random hardware to see if I can find one particular bolt that might work for this thing. Oh, wait. No, not those.
Don, for some insane reason, we trust you. I do not know why.
I don't know.
Don't know either. To take you on a strange journey. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Good night to you both. Thank you,
Oh,
Chris.
wait a minute, yeah.
I enjoyed
Oh,
it.
he's-
Night, night. Bye, Reverend
He's
Don,
quoting
too.
Rocky Horror.
Oh, yes. Yes, he
I'd like
is.
if I
He's-
may
You are right.
take you on a strange journey.
I really want to dress you up as a
There's
witch.
a
We have to shave you. That's a
light
problem.
burning at the Frankenstein place. There's a light.
Oh, we better be careful.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
copyrights.
we'll get muted. No necklines. Exactly. Yeah. This man has no
No
neck.
neck. What's for dinner?
Meatloaf.
What's for dessert?
Janet.
Thank you.
And as far as we'll go.
Because
We're
we're
not
not
that
that kind of
of
broadcast. You know,
broadcast.
we should go back and count how many we do on these, man.
Yep.
See, now he has a neck. All is good.
Oh, that looks nice. I like that. Very, very heroic pose. Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, and paint the main body. I'm going to see if I can dust the cape.
Dust
Okay,
the cape.
Dust the cape.
Okay. Next step. We have other holes to drill.
PMP looks good, and multiple cameras, angles, and
And
no echo in the audio.
Mm-hmm. These have really been helping a lot. The wireless mics.
And they're really cheap. These are not really
It's like
high-end mics.
75 US for the
for
pair.
the two of them, yeah.
You know, the pair plus the receiver.
And it comes with the lapel mics as well, which I thought was awesome. So yeah, we're really happy with these. Really,
I'm gonna
really
do
happy
this.
with these.
Happy.
Happy.
Okay, we have a dull drill bit, so let's start with a smaller drill bit.
Okay. So
Older
yeah, this is
tools.
what I call my mush pile of polymer clay. When when you get a whole bunch of little pieces left over of a color, I
Polymer
just,
potpourri.
Yeah, I'm gonna mush it all together one day and see what color it turns into. Echo, echo, echo. Well, one of the things we
And
wanted
the
to do
embodiment?
too is we wanted to be able to talk easily and stuff because for those of you who just joined or just watching and quietly, what we're doing with our sponsorships because of our super hard fiasco over on
Dawn's getting-
Periscope, what we did was we comment deleted. What we want to do here is if once we get $40 a month in sponsorships between everyone else, and I see what you did there. Yeah. But yes, so once we get $40 a month in total, what we'll start doing is when we make something on air, we will sell it at a discount to the sponsors, and then make a new one to actually sell in the store. But the discount will be dependent upon basically the cost of materials and how much time we take. So basically, we'll be giving you the time for free or near free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we are deciding to do our sponsors. So we're waiting for $40 a month minimum to be built up in the sponsorship pile, and then we will go and do that, so people can get things cheaper. And we're also going to be accepting requests, as long as it's something that we can make another one of this on the store, because we'll take pictures before we send it to you, and then that's what we'll do, and that way we can.
That is what we will
Easy.
do.
That's what we will do.
That is what we will do.
So we want to make sure things look good and that people can see clearly what we're doing, and encourage the sponsorship, especially for the artists on here. our hope is to get rid of our Patreon because we have too many things.
We're on too many platforms. Face it. We gotta
Can't keep
stop
track.
this.
You know, we already shut down our Etsy store because it was too much, and so yeah, it's just too much. Normally, as prop makers and builders, we only do custom. A production or an individual, like a cosplayer, will ask us for a quote for something like this lightsaber that we're making right now, and we'll do that, but we don't start anything until we get that request. So, pre-making things, we're now going to have a store on our page itself.
Telephone still watching. Need you to nothing personal. Be right back.
Oh, love you anyway, Don.
Pretty straightforward.
Oh, hold on, he muted it, so he didn't even hear me say I love you. Oh, hey, hold on, we're gonna freak someone out. Okay.
Is this thing on? Hello? Audio? I don't know what's going on. Should I have been a ventriloquist at some point in my life?
What? What's with the slur all of a
Except
sudden?
it's really muffled.
You sound drunk. What's with the slur all of a sudden?
Slur. The slur.
Now, the thing is, this mold is a little taller than the vial. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of making a different top to the boot.
The boot.
So
So you're doing little spats? So boot caps?
yeah, in a slightly different green. Partially, also I've run out of this green, so that's or I do it all one color.
Hmm.
Get rid of the extra materials. Nice thing about the push mold too that I'm using, the push mold that I made for this kind of stuff, is because it's going against the glass. The leg does not have to be round. His body doesn't. Nothing has to be round because it's going flat against the glass. So that also makes it easier, which I'm very grateful for.
And with the with the sugar in the glass, you don't see the fact that his back of his body is like squished flat.
Exactly. Exactly. Da dee 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 dee. No, hold on. I already put this one. And like I was saying earlier, with polymer clays, try to use them up before they're too old. These are at least a few years old, so I'm also trying to use it up, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this kind of project, because this stuff is going to get to a point where you can't even work it back to a viable, usable material. Now, just so you guys know, usually we'd be working on 2 or 3 sabers at once type thing, so I would be doing all the saber stuff as well. But I was sick yesterday, if you see our profile, and I find polymer clay very soothing. So after yesterday's hell and the fact that I'm a little dehydrated at the moment,
Doesn't help, does it?
I decided to just focus on the polymer clay and let Martin do the saber. I'm all good.
So
it's all good.
when it does come down, like the saber's obviously not going to be finished tonight. There's too many things to do. It's got to be painted, wired, and blade installed and everything else. So as we get into points in the manufacturing where there are multiple pieces to be made, multiple pieces to be either drilled, tapped, painted, sanded, finished, whatever, then we're both trading parts back and forth, and, coming together, fitting things, and doing our thing.
It saves time.
Mm-hmm.
Really saves time.
So what I'm doing right now is, see if I can. Actually we've got the image up on the screen. So you see the little sketch there that's in our picture-in-picture, is the sketch of the lightsaber that we did for our client, and I'm right now on the body of the saber itself, drilling and marking all the holes for the different little knobs and fittings that are around the front end of the saber. And then this taped area here there's a little bit of a collar that's got a little blocky housing on the side of it, and that's where the little trigger button is on the side. And then these are leftovers from a previous lightsaber job that we did like 25, almost 30 years ago, and they're going to get mounted around that as the grips.
Now, if any of you want to experiment with polymer clay or are already doing things with polymer clay, a lot of people do the air dry stuff when they've got kids and stuff. The air dry stuff, when you want to do stuff like polymer clays with the kids, get the air dry. But there's 2 different types of air dry. Look for the type that's made out of paper. It does start warping if it gets too moist and stuff, but it's really safe and non-toxic for the kids.
She said moist.
I did. I did. You feeling
Yeah,
okay?
I'm okay.
When you start playing with polymer clays, and this is a technique I love, don't go and invest a lot of money in the dusting, the powders for colors and sparkle and stuff like that, because it's just not worth it. Cheap eyeshadow. Just go get one of these cheap eyeshadow palettes. This one was one of those, it folds open and has all these different colors on it, and flesh tone colors and stuff like that. So, as well as sparklies, and so this is the better way to do it, the cheaper way to do it. One of these little palettes, I got quite a lot, and the container was a piece of crap. It fell apart, practically broke the moment I got it home. So it was like, I think it was what, $10, $12 on sale for this whole makeup palette.
Oh, probably something like that. Yeah.
I don't even know if it's like, I'm not gonna put this stuff on my face because I don't even know what brand it is. I didn't even what's it called? I've never heard of this. It's like the dollar store makeups. You can use them too. Bronzer powder.
Bronzer powder.
I don't even.
So
There's
if you
not
want
even
like
a company name
nice
on
little
this.
bronze figurine, and there you go.
There's not even a company name on it. So it's these are much cheaper and just as good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a little back part to the cape because you can still see the side of it.
Oh yeah.
For when I'm doing a delicate one like this, I don't do all the little details on the wings because that takes forever. But if I want the 2.5 hours, if I'm going to sell this one for more money, then yeah, I would sit there and I would just very carefully lay down all the details on the wings. I may on this one like paint the outer edge. I haven't decided yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Oh, like along the other edge of the.
yeah, just the outer edge, the top and bottom wing, to make them stand out more, make it a little more masculine, fairy-like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put some filler in here for this cloak cape thing, so it looks a little more complete. And I take my lovely little blending tool. Now I prefer working when it comes to the polymer clays. When it comes to plasticine, I like using the wooden tools, partially because of texture. But when I do the polymer clays like this, I tend to use the plastic ones again, because the wood will sometimes stick to the polymer clay. So you pull away and it comes with it. You kind of lose your detail. You get frustrated and scream at the world and
Take it out on the cats.
Cats.
They don't deserve it.
they don't.
We torment those little guys.
One's not so little.
Yeah, really. Where are they? They're going to jump on us. Are all three of them on the couch?
I think so.
Yeah.
They're back there.
Mm-hmm.
They're right behind us, yeah. Got some folds in it.
If anyone has ever been in that position, and you're all familiar with it, those who own cats, it's like, where are the cats? They're too quiet. Where are the cats? What are they up to?
Or you hear something crash and you're like, oh man, not again, what now? Oh, I accidentally made his shoulder flat, so I'm going to put a little ball up there and blend it. Sometimes it's a matter of building up and crossing your fingers, because if you build up too much, trying to get it off is always a pain in the ass. In the apps.
Pain in the apps? Yeah.
Pain in the apps.
Pain in the apps?
Pain in the apps, that's right. So feel free to make comments, to ask questions. I'm more than happy to chat with you while we work on things. It was really kind of cool to have Michelle yapping away.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, actually, if anyone else
And now that we
is
figured it
interested,
out.
yeah. Now that we figured it out, yeah.
Now I'm actually starting to get a little weak and hungry. I guess since I spent most of yesterday giving up to the porcelain god.
That's true, yeah. Well, we've been on for 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Which makes it, what, 10 p.m.? So we're still doing pretty good. I got a few more holes I can drill here on this guy. And
Today we went automobile comparing.
yeah.
That was an adventure. Now that we have the time to do it, we're not rushed. Because unlike the last car we bought, it was just before the move, and yeah, we were pressured. We had very little time to decide which vehicle we were going to get. So.
Yeah. So it was nice just to be. We had to make appointments anyway, but it was nice just to be able to go in, and not make a decision right there on the spot.
Yeah, that's a healthier cloak. That's,
Hmm.
Oopsie, his feet got pushed to one side.
It's like. Again, like she said, that's the difficulty with the polymer clay. You're working on one part of it, and you don't realize that you're putting pressure on another part of it, and either flattening a detail or shifting something off to the side.
Yeah. The green might look kind of cool. That's kind of a dark green.
Mm-hmm.
That might look weird. Silver. Silver.
Silver.
Silver over the purpley blue.
Silver. Actually, silver would look really good. Yeah.
So, just cheapy eyeshadow. Works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes it look like magical fabric.
It does. Mithril. Sorry, wrong franchise. Maybe, kind of. You never know.
So yeah, this is just eyeshadow, and when it bakes, it sticks right to it. It doesn't come off or anything.
Yeah.
It's a much better use of your finances than going in and spending money on the metallic powders. And it's fine in the oven when you put it in, when you go to bake it, because it's designed to be on skin
Mm-hmm.
and out in the sun. And
I imagine what happens too is it melts when you bake it, so it actually melts into the surface of the polymer clay.
that's right. Right and smart.
I am so smart. And when you're limited in how you can cut a hole, especially a square hole, nice old-fashioned trick.
It's true. That's very true.
Trying to do it as non-disruptively as possible.
I'm going to give him some skin tone. I think this guy, I'm going to do the stereotypical fair-skinned fairy. And I'll paint his hair after the fact. So if the powder
we
goes
can
past
add
his
a lot of
face,
paint.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just paint over the powder. But it makes more sense to just do this now. So we're going to do the stereotypical light pink. I did take pictures. I had one of the first polymers that went was a dark-skinned, purple-tailed mermaid that I made. Give him a nice. You see, yeah, once you can paint over it later on. That way it you get the eye color and I saw comments I will look up in a moment. No, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Oh, his hand. I should get some pink on his hand.
Yes. There was a hand. Did you bring the hand?
Oh, Martin.
So there we go. Relatively square hole, a rectangular hole. Just needs a little bit of cleaning up with the square file. And that's going to be a little sort of a pinch clip. It's not going to be a functional component, unlike what it was on the original Graflex camera flashes. But just be a nice little added detail. So I'm just going to take some of this stuff and sweep it into the bucket.
Because we don't want any of it on the floor because of the kitty cats.
Live workspace with cats. Gonna have to do a little bit of quick sweeping after the broadcast anyway.
There we go. blue on the wings, just down the... Kind of give it a gradual
Oh yeah.
look to it. Very subtle, but enough that it just makes the one part of the wing look a little more three-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We has a fairy. If Martin can very carefully,
Can very carefully.
top fairy, that's right, or down here.
Oh.
Right. Is that what you want? Okay.
Yeah, that'll work. There we go. So I'm relatively
The
centered in
wings on the
frame.
side. He's having a bit of a hard time focusing, but
Back it up a little bit. So once that's baked, as Christina says, the things like the hair and other details can be painted on afterwards with acrylics.
yeah, because I'm going to do the shirt underneath, like the belt and stuff, and so yeah, that's what that looks like. That's silver actually, looking really good.
Mm-hmm. On the cloak, yeah.
Yeah, and his hair color, yeah. So that'll be painted afterwards. And then what we've done in order to do these, to put in the oven, is they go into the oven upside down.
You might need to drop it a bit.
And they bake upside down. Oh, there, yeah, you're right. They bake upside down. And then the reason why we do that, is because you want to make sure they're open enough for the heat to not accumulate inside too much. Right? So you don't want to put a lid or anything on it. And the other reason is, too, there's less of a chance of it falling over. Because if it falls over while it's baking, you wind up with a dent in the side.
Mm-hmm.
So by putting them on little pegs, they can't fall over.
Yeah. And the oven temperature isn't high enough that it's going to affect the wood. So. Yeah.
And we use a toaster oven when we do polymers and plastics and stuff. The instructions for most polymer clays say that you can put them in your oven. I don't like baking polymer clays where I'm going to cook stuff.
No.
It's not a happy place. I know people do it, and the instructions say to do it, and it's safe and okay, but it doesn't make me happy. I'd rather a small toaster oven. So we got a really cheapy second-hand. It would cost us $5 to get this toaster oven. It works just fine.
Yep.
Do make sure you test things if you're buying them second-hand, because the first one we picked up,
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it seemed to go on in the store, and we started baking things, and we realized that one element on top or on bottom, I can't remember.
The element on the bottom was burned out.
Yeah, but we didn't realize it before. We saw the top element go on in the store, but we plugged it in. We thought everything was fine, and then we started burning things. We were making magic wands.
That's right. Yeah.
At that point. So yeah.
So what it meant was the top element was trying to take on the extra, capacity of heating up the chamber, and yeah,
Burnt.
it was too localized the heat right on top of everything. Yeah.
Polymer clay became icky.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
I'm at a point where I could put this down for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, I've got a couple of larger holes to drill and some hardware to find. And yeah, we got a bunch more of those little things that we need to cast and stuff like that. So
Nice. So we're going to let you guys go also because, I've been eating in small parts today because of yesterday. I've been eating a little bit at a time. And, I'm hungry.
a little more of a snack tonight.
Yeah.
Get out for a little fresh air again.
That'd be nice.
And then, yeah.
It's really cold, but we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, listen, we are going to let you guys go. I finished one, so you can see how long they take. So the more complicated it is, of course, the longer it takes.
And of course, we're having some great conversations and great chats with you guys, so
Yeah.
that tends to slow things down a bit too.
Just a little.
Pikito.
So I am going to switch things around here so that they can see our faces.
Oh yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Hold on.
Da-ra-di-di-da.
Hold on.
Da-ra-di-di-da. Let me give you that. Actually, why don't we just do this? Boom.
Make us full
Get
screen.
some rest. Good night. Thank you, Brenda. It was good to see what you guys do. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank you.
We like sharing on Periscope. I think our biggest audience was when we were making the Maleficent wings, and we did 4 hours in the afternoon,
Yep.
and it was a Sunday afternoon, and we wound up with, I think in total it was like 20,000 people, and a lot of them were cosplayers, and that just warmed our hearts. We got a few orders for static wings from that broadcast too.
Jeff, Super Clip Award.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that was really good, intense, and the questions that were coming out of that audience that day. I mean, Martin and I couldn't breathe. We just couldn't breathe. It was great. We were exhausted.
We couldn't breathe in a
afterwards with
good
the
way,
rush.
yeah.
Or the one broadcast, the other one that was really big and took 5 hours was pulling apart R2.
Oh yeah.
To
We
take
pulled
out his batteries.
his
and
batteries, his motors, and
retire
basically
him.
giving everyone a look inside the droid.
Yeah, because we retired him. We built him years ago. So we talked about the techniques we would use now if we were to make him now, and compared, showing how we did him then. And that one was a really active, large audience that we were exhausted afterwards, and it was just, we were a happy exhaustion. You know, we love talking about what we do. There's no point in doing things like this unless you're going to share. People who hold it really tight to themselves, I feel sorry for them. You know, I do, because I just share. It's beautiful. And with you guys giving awards and with the sponsorship thing, yeah, we might be able to continue this on a public forum. I'd like to. Thank you so much for the positive, the positive comments and the support. Just aside, thanks for sharing your craft, Jeff.
No problem.
Honey,
Yeah.
you're incredible. I'm definitely Brenda after. I think after we had the snack, I'm like Martin says, we should go get a little more fresh air and then just kind of come back and deal. So everyone,
Come
listen,
back and
I end every broadcast the same way. Respect yourself more than anyone else can. Everything will be fine. You don't have self-respect. Don't have self-love. No one can love you. No one can respect you. You've got to respect yourself first. And Martin, say see you later, Martin.
See you later, Martin.
Now, those of you who are using apps, leave a space after you close your broadcast because it kind of backtracks because of the lag. So always count down to like at least 5 in your head. I think we've kind of... Hey, why don't we go on video? We're going to end you guys with a video. We're going to end you guys. Look at the Stargate TV, same way ever again. Bye. Oh, sweetheart, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's end with a video. Let's just do this.
Keep the time.
We had a great time in Montreal. Montreal was all hardwood floors. Right? Go on, camera. I'd like to. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite. No. Well, look up there. So how much styrofoam?